Make sure to unmute myself and everyone. Here we go. Alright. As last time in our humble adventure, we picked up following the battle with Kieran Dodson, the paladin, after he had slayed Silas. But Silas was swiftly brought back to life through the efforts of the judge and through other individuals in the party who fetched the diamond from her from the vault. The session started, and almost immediately, people started heading into the vault to collect their things. There was some conversation that happened outside of the vault regarding the fight that just happened, and the first time for some people of seeing someone get killed in such a manner. As eventually everyone made their way inside the vault and retrieved their items, feeling some connection with Isaac, toward the rod that he took. And as well, Josie was able to receive and find not her, but the weapon parts for, boy, I love forgetting his name.
Elliot Hawkins.
Elliot Hawkins, thank you. I'll remember next time because it's the name of the town from Stranger Things, maybe. Not Elliot.
Just an exam?
So, as well, some discussion was had while inside the vault about what Kieran possibly could have been there for. And the judge was unsure, but she made some speculative guesses as there was a vial of vampire blood inside of there. And she was like, oh, he's evil, maybe he wants vampire blood. There was no merit to what she was saying or anything grounded in facts that you had, but it was the theory she presented. Nonetheless, it was decided that the best course forward was to take a short rest while inside of the vault so that you all could recoup some, and if you got attacked on the way back, you'd be a bit more prepared. During the short rest, those trained in magic were able to sense on a deeper level, depending on their role, that there was something wrong with the judge. She had told you previously that she was cursed, but those who were able to examine her, the aura of magic around her more deeply, could see there was a thick, black, dark curse hanging over her that was preventing her from healing. So, I believe Silas attempted to fix this curse and successfully did so. I think you casted Lesser Restoration, was it? No, what was it that you cast then? Remove curse.
Protection from good and evil.
Protection from good and evil? Thank you, okay. I was trying to think there really for a minute. What would make sense for you to have? I didn't think it would be protection from good and evil. But yes, with a successful check, he was able to dispel the curse surrounding her, and she was able to recover not some, but a great deal of health during the short rest, and looked incredibly hearty and fit for the next steps going forward. As you all continued forward after the end of the short rest, leaving the manor, going to head back toward the town. On the way out of the manor, Josie was able to hear, and I believe there's one other person. It might have been Astrid. I think she is the second best passive perception. Were you hearing this with her, or was it just Josie that heard it?
No, we both heard.
It was both of them.
Okay. So Josie and Astrid on the way back to the town heard what sounded like something moving in the woods on the side of the road, and what sounded like rustling in the brushes, and then someone falling over like a thud on the ground. Calling out to it and making it clear to everybody what had just happened, you soon went to investigate, and found what looked like a pale elven man laid down on the floor, laying on his belly, blood spewing from him onto the ground. He did not look dead, but he looked like he was badly wounded and certainly unconscious at the time. With some caution, you investigated and found the man was alive, flipped him over, and found an interesting emblem on his, around his neck, a necklace of a symbol of 3 triangles, arranged in the form of a long triangle. I think that's what I described. They may have been inverted triangles, I don't remember exactly. But it was something along those lines. 3 triangles arranged in the form of a larger triangle. The symbol of Asmodeus, the king of hell and god of sin. A god whose worship is forbidden in this land. The judge coming over, seeing this, didn't react incredibly negatively, but she certainly reacted as you would expect a lawmaker and law bringer of this land to, saying that he needed to be detained, tied up, and brought back to town for questioning. So that was done. He was stabilized, and then you tied him up as you all made your way back to town with him. He did not awake along the way, and once you arrived back in town, the guards immediately recognized the judge, greeting her as she entered, as you all made your way back to the Temple of Temple of Order. And as you arrived there, the judge opted to wait outside so that the guard captain could come after she sent word to him through one of the other guards, come to the temple, and so that he could take the prisoner, the newly gotten one, to the barracks and have him imprisoned properly for interrogation later. While she did that, Wiz and Carolina took the injured young lady or child to the healing quarters of the temple, successfully getting her to the healers and hopefully getting her successful treatment that will mend her up and make her be able to wake once again. While that happened, I believe Astrid and Beryl, I think that was the only 2, I could be wrong, went to go see the Raven Queen priestess, Heva, to give her the staff so that it could be destroyed and that they could receive the reward promised by the priestess. The staff was destroyed, and she handed over a necklace that was shaped, that had a shaped ornament that looked like a raven's talon on it. She did not tell any of you what it did, but she handed it to you and there was clear magic on it, and said that that was your reward for deeds done. As well, she took a moment and clearly sniffed the air around you two, sniffing out closer to you two as well, and asked if any of you had been around someone that had been resurrected. Dodging the question and telling her that you in fact had not, she seemed a bit suspicious, more of Astrid than Beryl, actually, but let you all go after giving you the reward. Soon, those 2 groups that split met up and went to go to the third group, Isaac, Josie, and Silas, who had went to go speak to the priest that they originally had made a deal with to inform him of things, and inform him of things you did. As you told him the breakdown of the situation, the rest of the party arrived. Some things were said that Silas wished were not said, and then the judge made her way in and told the priest to go to the barracks and look at the symbol on the prisoner's chest that had just been placed in the cell. He seemed confused, but deferred to the judge's ruling as the judge sat down in front of you and began to lay out terms of your rewards for what has happened. Firstly, she gave you all that were lacking proper identifications, and then promised as well the next day to give you a judge's badge that could be used to represent that you are a friend of the Temple of Law, and that you are someone that has been of personal favor to a judge as well. An incredible boon, to say the least. She said it could get you services of the temples, including free housing and food, but also some monetary aid if the temple was well enough to offer it as well. Then, she told you that she was going to give you all a reward from her own pocket, as you had done a good job and deserved to be paid. Her initial offer was going to be 150 gold each, but when she learned that you all did not have transportation for your long journey that you were taking next, she offered to take 25 gold off of each of your rewards, so that that could be put forward and get you a horse and carriage so that you could continue with a vehicle. Agreeing to this, you all would receive the next day 125 gold and a carriage with a horse that would be able to provide you transportation. As I believe that was everything that was agreed upon. But as well, she gave you the letters that the alchemist had been receiving that wished for him to... that demanded the unicorn horn to be given to the writer. But soon afterwards, the party, after discussing terms with the judge, decided to head out. Party split somewhat, with Astrid and Josie heading toward Hawkins' I almost said estate, manor again. He certainly doesn't live in one. Hawkins' home, so that Josie could receive the reward he promised and also get some teachings from him. Along the way, there was a conversation had between the two about what had just happened with Silas and such and such. The rest of the party deemed it best to return back to the inn, and they did so. As they arrived, Silas went and got the hardest thing he could stomach at the bar. I think it was the hardest thing they have in general, which was Wizarian whiskey that he bought the entire bottle of, and as he head up to his room. You were also all not charged for the night. You were given a free night and free drinks and food, though they still had to charge for the entire bottle for Silas, because it's an entire bottle of one of their alcohols. But Silas went up to his room and began drinking while attempting to read Van Richten's Guide to the Macabre and Dangerous. Getting some good reading in, but afterward, mostly not seeing much for the reading department because he was got drunk pretty quickly. The rest of the group in the tavern decided to spend their time reading the letters and doing some other things. As Isaac approached the bar, another individual stood up, a man dressed in an entirely yellow suit, as he went and walked past Isaac. As he walked past him, he had accidentally bumped into Isaac, causing the two of them to stumble for a minute. Maybe because of his very large build, or maybe there was some other reasoning as to why this collision had happened. But the man apologized as Isaac went to go walk to the bar, quickly accepting the apology and apologizing himself. But before he could, the man called out to him, telling him that he had dropped something, and as Isaac turned to look, the man was holding Isaac's Book of Shadows in hand, offering it out to him. A strange occurrence indeed, as I'm sure Isaac would not remember carelessly storing such a valuable item so that it could fall upon a simple bump. But nonetheless, he offered it back to Isaac, who took it in a panic, as they exchanged some words, some philosophy maybe, with Isaac saying that knowledge is power, and then the man refuting that, saying that not being able to equate the full contents of your mind is a blessing in some times. Confused, Isaac pressed him on that statement, to which he only said that knowledge is a great power, but it also comes with a great cost. After hearing that, Isaac asked if the man knew him, to which he responded no, and that he was simply just a traveler, as he went on his way soon after. As then the group gathered around the table, as Isaac began to read through the notes with everyone else around as well. Well, not everyone else, but the people at the bar around. Josie, arriving at the Hawkins abode, went in as Astrid awaited her outside. As she entered, Hawkins was relieved to see her alive and happy to see that she had gotten the box of tools back. It was locked, however, so pointing that out, he said he would go fetch a key, as he had Josie go set the box down on a table. He returned back with a gun and blasted the lock off, making a loud bang that could be heard from outside even, and then opening the crate. Then they looked through the items inside. He went and retrieved the promised reward, which was a revolver. named the Bad Romance, a golden make revolver that was a beautiful looking gun that he promised to Josie. Before parting with it, he had told her that holding on to it just makes him sad, as it once belonged to an apprentice of his, and she had died in a gunfight long ago. And just holding on to the memento makes him sad, so it'll be better in your hands. As well, he helped you modify your weapon and taught you how to modify your weapon in different ways as well. Current modification being an upgrade to stopping power, giving it a +3, I think it was, to damage on him? Yeah, okay. As he helped you out with that. Afterward, Josie went and met Astrid outside, and the two of them returned back to the bar. As Astrid was making her way with Josie, she felt a twinge of pain on her ring finger and a headache, but continued onward despite this. As they returned to the bar, some conversation was had. Josie went and checked up on her brother Silas, and some talk was had between them, and then everyone turned in for the night. Plagued by horrid nightmares, both Isaac and Astrid did not have as restful dreams as they would like, still getting the benefits of a long rest, though. As Isaac dreamed of a strange, strange boat that he was atop in the middle of a black sea, the stars above a black starlight color. Before him, a great city, entirely golden as it shimmered in the distance. A boat, a captain at the wheel, whistling, dressed in a yellow raincoat. As before he could speak to the captain or do anything else, he began vomiting a horrid bile that came out first as vomit, then as blood, and then as a black fluid that eventually coughed up a purple crystal, and then a wave knocked over the boat as Isaac was awoken in a cold sweat. Astrid similarly did not have a restful sleep as she dreamed of a sad sight, her parents mourning before an altar clearly dedicated to her, perhaps believing she was dead. As, before we pick up, I'm going to give you all the shorthand of the notes. I'm not going to read anything out to you because I haven't gotten them out for you yet, but I'll give you the shorthand of the notes. And they're pretty straightforward. They start out the first one rather respectfully. It is not signed by anyone, but the individual wrote that he was an interested party looking to purchase the unicorn horn from him, and would be willing to pay any price. He did not leave a name, but he only signed it as a anonymous admirer. The next note was a bit more forceful, still offering to pay, but also saying that it would be within his best interest to make sure the unicorn horn was given to him. And this one was signed as an anonymous yet impatient admirer. And then the last one was incredibly rudely worded. It was not written particularly eloquently, and it came very much off as a threat. Any payment was thrown out the window. Instead, it was said that if he wished to continue living the normal life that he does, he would make sure that he, the writer, receives the unicorn horn, and that if he did not, there would be consequences. And it was signed, an anonymous admirer who has grown weary of this waste of time. So that's the short of that. I had promised to give you all a moment at the bar of the main group to roleplay and discuss, if you had anything to discuss with each other, about the notes. I know I haven't given you the notes themselves, but these cliff notes should work for the most part for any conversation. So I am going to pick up the night before in the bar. As you all have sat around, Isaac has written out the notes, and you all have gone over them a couple times before already. The only person not here currently is Silas, who is, of course, up in his room enjoying his bottle of whiskey for the night.
What are the dates?
What are the dates? There are no dates written on them.
So we have no idea how much time was spent
Yes.
in between each letter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's no dates on them. As we will pick up there, does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns? Anything I left out in the recap that shouldn't have been left out?
I assume that they're all written in common, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does the handwriting, I assume, is also the same throughout?
Yes, it doesn't seem like the handwriting changed. And it's a neater handwriting. It's not, like, incredibly neat, but it's, orderly. It's legible.
The letters themselves, are they printed on, like, a finer parchment paper?
No,
or
it looks like common make parchment paper.
Okay.
Could I possibly detect any magic coming from the letters themselves? If there was like a legionary script or something.
No magic on the letters themselves at all.
Okay.
Don't even have to give you a roll. You would be able to tell.
It's just written in, I assume, like, black ink, right?
Yeah. Black ink on yellow parchment paper. Or tannish parchment paper. Sorry, go on.
I say to the group, this is just a theory, but I have a suspicion that either this person knew Malron from maybe earlier in his life, or that Malron, in a previous position of his life, was somewhat well known. Otherwise, how could this guy have gotten his contact info? Just paraphrase.
Well, at least he keeps the whole secret admirer thing up until the very end. What was the first letter signed by? It
An
was
anonymous admirer.
Anonymous admirer.
I think that's our clue here. Is that either Malron was well known beforehand, which we have no idea really of Malron's history, or this guy knew of Malron through some sort of contact.
Mm-hmm.
Or
So
there's someone who just knows where every unicorn horn is in the whole area.
I mean, maybe they have a sixth sense about it. Who knows?
From what we know, of the innkeepers in where we first found out about when we first met each other, Malron kept to himself, so it could be someone that he either met in passing or someone he was close to. But until we get more information about him and who he was in contact with, I'll say that it was just someone he might have known.
I think that's very likely, and I think our next order of business, if we're going to follow this thread, is to, although we don't know exactly where this person is located, but Malron's journal did mention Journey, as somebody who he was in contact with. Not that I'm suspecting Journey.
Oh, I know Journey.
You do?
Yeah. Silas and I met him when we were coming in this way. He's in a different city, but...
What city is he in?
We came into Trayvon, and we stopped in his shop.
Oh, well.
He
So
sells
Journey
guns.
Is a person, not a place.
He sells guns too, huh?
Mm-hmm. He was a nice man. He was the one who told me to look up Mr. Hawkins when we got here.
You want to tell him?
Is-
No, go ahead. Finish, sorry.
is this town that Josie and Silas went to? Is this on the way to our destination, or in the opposite direction?
Trevine, I won't even make locals roll. Trevine is one of the largest cities in Destin. It is a port city in the literal opposite direction of where you just came.
All right.
You want to tell them the name of that gun store?
I don't want to fuck it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it called Lock, Stock, and Barrel?
Good name for a gun store.
I'm just happy with that.
Is it Trevine or
Trevine.
It's Trevine. Yeah.
Trevine? So 1 E.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can you spell it again one more time?
Trevine.
I'd love to hear it. I don't even have to do it. That makes me
I
happy.
can spell that one because it's only 7 letters.
It's not a hard city.
That's a city, right?
Yes, it is. One of the largest cities in Destin. It's the second largest city, in fact. The only larger is Camelon, of course.
Had we, this might just be me not remembering, but had we mentioned that name in front of Silas and Josie when we first got the journal?
You had not mentioned it in front of Josie.
In front of Silas, yes, but not Josie.
Yeah, you definitely mentioned it in front of Silas.
So he would have known that name.
Maybe you remember that name.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, drunk boy.
Maybe he forgot it.
Interesting. Yeah.
To be fair, who's more likely to remember the proprietor of a gun store?
I mean, that's fair.
It is in the opposite direction of where we are heading, so maybe on the way back we can tie up a loose end with about Malron.
Right, we still have to give that money pouch to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, we do. Well, was it Beryl who was holding on to the money?
No, I gave it to Silas.
Oh, okay.
That was also a magical item that nobody ever did anything to as well. At least there's magic on it.
Yeah.
Just to remind people in case. And
Yeah, I
I will
remember
remind
that.
people again when it comes to them in the morning. Whoever has the talent, I will remind them of that. Unless they take an hour during the long rest to attune to it, then they will learn its properties. Who has it?
What talent?
The talent? The necklace?
Beryl has it.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Are you going to take an hour during your long rest to
No.
attune to it? Okay.
No, I was actually going to give it to Isaac.
Okay. Well, you can do that now if you were going to do that if you wish.
Yeah.
Or
I
unless
just
you were going
didn't
to do it in the morning, I won't force you.
I didn't know a smooth way of role playing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, separate conversation. Hey, Mr. Darrow?
Yes, Beryl?
Well, seeing as how you were the one to finally dispatch that nasty ogre lady, I thought maybe you might like to have the gift that that priestess gave us. And I pulled out the Talon necklace.
Well, it was very clearly a group effort. I mean, hell, I didn't even run through the fire for you guys. You sure you want to give it to me?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just thought that made the most sense.
What color is the
It's
necklace?
like completely silver, right?
It's a silver necklace, yeah.
Bless you.
Sorry about that. That was a cough. But nonetheless, thank you.
Yeah, it was a silver necklace depicting a raven
Yes.
talon.
It's certainly very pretty.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Jake. I know you mentioned something during the I probably should have brought this up earlier, but you mentioned during the introduction to the session that she didn't say what it does. I have in my notes that she said that it would protect against undead and potentially destroy them. Did you?
Well,
maybe
that's
say something?
that's her telling you.
Yeah,
that,
no, but she
then
did say something.
She said
something.
She said something,
Okay,
but
so,
she
yeah.
didn't give you the exact specifics.
Right, property.
Yeah, she told you that it would protect you and harm
Against
undead.
Undead.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
So
suppose she did tell you something, so that is my bad.
No, it's okay. So I'd say to Isaac, I'd be like, she mentioned something about undead creatures and it had some protection magics on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Beryl. I'll take a look at it. I'll give it a once over, and I'll see who could best use it. But I appreciate you offering it to me first. This isn't me not appreciating the gift. Trust me.
Oh no, of course. I just thought, you're always so interested in those odd things and doohickeys.
I mean, that is very true, and knowing that it comes from one of the temples does have me quite fascinated with it. I won't lie.
I'm interested to find out what it does.
So am I. But I will take it off your hands for now, and we can reconvene later as to who might use this best.
Sounds like a bang-up job. I'll go back to reading my book.
Okay. Sorry about interrupting any conversation that was happening about the letters. Continue on if you had any more to say.
I think it's, there's not a whole lot we can do right now. We, are kind of expected in Wolford, so...
I agree. As interested as I am in this case, if you want to call it that, it's not our priority. Or at least...
someone who makes a regular habit of selling that particular thing doesn't quite get my sympathies, but it is what it is.
I don't think Isaac has anything more to say on the matter.
Okay. Done with discussing the letters?
Yes.
So,
Okay. We are going to move on to the next day. Isaac, I can ask you this. Would you have spent an hour during the long rest period before sleeping to attune to the item to know what it does, or do you have it?
Yeah, I'd cast Identify on it.
Sure. I'll tell you what it does. And I'll give you the handout as well. The handout is going to show up for you in magic items, wondrous items, and then uncommon.
Gotcha.
This item is blessed by the Raven Queen, and it grants wearer protections against undead. A creature attuned to the necklace gains a +2 to saving throws and AC against undead, and gains resistance to necrotic damage dealt by undead. As well, the attuned wielder does a +2 damage against undead.
nice.
Should be attuned wearer has a +2 to damage to undead. So I'm changing that right now. There we go. But yeah, that's the short of it.
Beryl, this is a very interesting...
This would be after you've convened Oh, you would have... Okay, no, you could have cast it while you're at the bar still. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind, you could do that. So you could say that.
Beryl, this is a very interesting talisman you've come to acquire.
Oh, well, I mean, like you said, you could say we've all acquired it.
I actually think that if you could just maybe promise me something, I'd be willing to part with this and give it to you.
Oh, all right.
It's a pretty simple promise. I'm not really a fan of undead. I mean, I don't think really many people are.
No, I don't think many people are, Mr. Darrow.
But if I get
mean,
swarmed
that-
by undead or
That necromancer was pretty fond of them, but you know, she's probably an outlier.
she's probably an outlier, you're right. Should I say get swarmed by undead or we run into undead? I could count on your protection, right? I
Of
mean,
course.
you're kind of a lot bigger and stronger than I am.
Beryl blushes a little bit. I mean, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Oh, it's pretty obvious. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're not much to look at.
No, I am
Wow.
I am a leaf in the wind.
He's a beanpole.
Not much to look at.
I didn't mean. You know what I mean. I didn't mean it in like aesthetic wise.
Yeah, sure, dude.
You're a handsome, skinny man.
Oh, I appreciate that. But unfortunately, there's not much meat on these bones. They can't.
Your heart belongs to the books.
Yes, but my heart belongs to the books. But much like my books, my skin is made of paper.
Yikes. I hate to hear it.
All right, Mr. Darrow, I can.
And I'd be willing to part with this and give it to you if you could just, have my back should some sort of undead accost me.
I'll make it a very sworn goal of mine to prevent any undead from reaching your precious, delicate skin.
I would appreciate that.
It's funny too because like Beryl's skin is like almost literally made of rocks, so like everybody's skin looks pretty frail to her.
And rock beats paper.
Yeah, rock
Rock
beats
goes
Rock.
paper.
Fuck.
Boom
Beats rock.
shakalaka.
A wild way
right.
to talk about someone's skin
Right.
to their face.
Thank you, Mr. Darrow. I'll wear it with pride.
You're gonna tell her exactly what it does?
Yes.
Okay, so I will give you the handout, Zach.
All right. This
I
is
could
an
use you as a toothpick, Mr. Darrow.
this is an attunement, correct?
It is attunement.
Okay. Are we playing? Are your games consistent where you have 4 or 3?
In the homebrew rules, it says 4.
I think I have on my character sheet 4 too.
Yeah, that was That was one of the things in the homebrew rules.
Okay.
Let me
That
double
was just
check the house rules really
Adding
quickly.
a track. For
Yeah,
that.
players have 4 attunement slots instead of 3.
Cool. Okay. And this is my first attunement.
So I'm giving.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Actually.
I'm just gonna have Anthony have access to it as well.
Yeah, that's fine. He knows what it does, so.
So
that makes
it'll
sense.
be seeable for him inside of your equipment folder as well.
Sure.
Where are you, Barrel? You have a lot of magic items.
2.
3.
Now 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's cool looking.
All right.
I like that.
Okay. As that is handed over to you.
All right. She'll put it on and
All right.
proceed to attune to it before bed.
Yeah, you could even attune to it during bed if you're asleep with it on. You'd be fine. It's a
Right.
necklace. It can't exactly come off you really,
That's fair.
unless you like really thrash about in your sleep.
Yeah, just don't let it poke
If
in
you're
your
really
eye.
having a thrash,
Yeah, I thrash in my sleep.
you're having a thrash.
Take anybody into my room.
Alright,
go,
I gotta
"This is where
stop saying
thrash."
thrash before I start doing the Beatles thing. So. Fuck no! Okay. I'm good!
You good?
I'm not gonna do it.
All right.
It's not that funny. It's not even a funny video. There's nothing funny
Not
about
funny.
it. It's
Nothing
not.
funny
There's
about
nothing funny about the Beatles. It's
Zero humor.
never. Everyone, and if you have anything else you'd like to do, you can, of course, stop me here, but I'm assuming everyone is good with having gone for the bed to the night, and we're going to pick up in the morning. So this is where, I wonder what you guys do. Does anyone have anything immediate that they want to do in the morning? Or are we good to move on to, everyone is downstairs having breakfast, met up, and such and such?
I'd probably make sure Silas is alive.
Okay. Actually,
Quickly.
this is my question to the elves. I know Astrid sleeps, so I guess I know Silas is going to be asleep because he is drunk, so he's going to sleep the full time for the long rest. Josie, are you taking the full 8 hours?
She wouldn't sleep.
You wouldn't sleep? You're gonna meditate?
No. Yeah.
Okay. And then are you going to go and check on Silas at the end of the 8 hours? Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything they would like to have a section of morning time dedicated to, or... Because if not, we'll just do the Josie and Silas stuff real quick and then cut to everyone downstairs. Go on, sorry. I heard 2 ums.
Yeah. You can go. Soda.
Besides, like, returning the letters, because I know we were only borrowing.
Well,
them.
that'll be when the judge
We can do that
arrives.
together.
Okay.
We're not skipping straight to that.
I will, and I'll say this just for moving forward. Whenever possible, I will blow the Watcher's horn.
Sure. Okay, sure.
To get
So-
as
so-
many people.
Yeah,
as
that
possible.
just means that Josie will be getting to Silas as he wakes up, because the Watcher's horn will sound.
Yeah.
So everyone will be awoken by the Watcher's horn. Really, I'm going to make that handout visible to everyone, because
Yeah,
the benefits...
so they'll know what it
So
does.
that they know the exact benefits of it, so I don't have to say it every time.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me just do that very quickly. So Silas, you're not going to feel as bad as you would in the morning because of that. Actually, you all can see it already. So... Watcher's horn gets sound, all of you are woken from your sleep gently, and you cannot be surprised for 1 hour after awakening. Okay. That being said, if anyone else comes up with anything during this Josie-Silas interaction, you can, of course, say after it ends going. So Josie, you make it to Silas's door. You just
I just
yourself
open
in?
it.
Yeah, okay. You just open it. Silas, you have been awoken by this point as the Watcher's horn sounds. As your mind wearily wakes up from the sound of the horn. It sounds like a blaring horn, but it doesn't ring about your ears or give you a headache or any pains like that. It actually feels like a gentle awakening. So you awake feeling mostly normal. After waking up is when the difference comes. Roll me a con save. We're going to see how you're feeling in the morning.
The horn prevent me from rolling back over and going back to sleep out of curiosity.
It does not. You can go back to sleep if you'd like to. So you're not feeling...
Yeah, I'd like to.
You're not
Do it
feeling the
again.
worst in the world. But as you're rolling over to go back to sleep, the door does open. As you hear the door open and someone enter. And I'd say you just catch Josie, him, like, flipping over and heading back to sleep.
Are you dead?
He wasn't even... Yeah? No. No, I'm not dead.
It's a pretty fucked up way to answer that question if you weren't.
He just kind of rubs his face and starts to roll over. You know, he wasn't even there. Kind of just looks over at you, groggily, and starts reaching for the bottle that is empty next to the empty glass of water. And the water picks up the bottle, just kind of sets it back down and sighs.
Well, it's morning now, so you gotta switch back.
Sorry. Yes, nonsense. Right. I'll be down in a little while.
Okay. Glad you're not dead. And she'd shut the door and go downstairs.
Okay. Silas, you doing anything for your morning? Or are you just getting ready and then heading down a bit later?
Yeah, he'd take like a good, 10 minutes to wake up a bit before going down.
Anyone else have anything before I move to everyone together? Breakfast and any discussions that need to happen in the morning. Okay. As we pick up, you all are downstairs, say having eaten breakfast already, and having woken up a bit, you've had a bit of your energy return to you as you all are together. What do you do?
Carolina would just look at Silas to see like how he looks, like if he's,
Hungover?
still, no, not even hungover, like still, like it's still like that what happened yesterday still like affects him as much as it did yesterday.
Besides the
Like
effects
if
of
it-
drinking
if
all
he's,
night.
if he's like visibly still like in pain.
Unless Jake's got something, I don't see why he would look like he's in pain.
That'd be up to you. I don't have any reason
he
to
does-
say you're in pain.
He doesn't look like he's in pain.
I'm not that sadistic. Not unless you're walking across weird vines on the floor. But that's yesterday.
Yeah.
That's yesterday, not today. So. We move on.
The judge didn't pay us yet, right? She
No,
didn't
she's
pay us.
coming in the morning.
Okay, okay.
Impatient fool.
No, I
I know, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, James. I don't treat you right.
I'm used to it.
You're a good soft man, James.
So that's what the session's gonna be like today, huh? It's one of those ones.
Did the notes get copied? The letters? Did the letters get copied?
Yeah, I would have done that.
Isaac did that last night.
Good. I trusted you could more than handle copying a few letters. Isaac, I do apologize for not participating in that since it was my interest.
I mean, it's not like I'm not used to writing. Would you care to see
Certainly
them?
not used to whiskey. That tasted terrible.
Yeah, whiskey's not my favorite.
What does it taste like?
Bitter. Very bitter.
Oh, why would you drink something that bitter?
To get drunk.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Sometimes one's mind does too much thinking.
Yes.
You know, they make sweet drinks that do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a lot more drinking to get there.
How much of that bottle do you have left?
It's a bottle. That's about it, though. Something else could be put in it now.
Oh, so it's completely empty?
Yeah. He drank the whole bottle.
Okay.
We should save that bottle though. You never know when you need to carry things.
Yeah, I mean we will be on the road, and I don't know how long we'll stop. Oh, you mean like? Oh, never mind.
I mean, I've found I've had to carry things more often than not now.
Some people carry things all their life.
I mean, I just want to put the bottle in the bag, but okay.
The bag of
That's-
holding is currently empty, so
Well, now it's got one empty whiskey bottle in it.
Put it in the. You have the handout. You can put it on it if you want.
excellent.
Empty whiskey bottle.
Whiskey bottle.
Perfect.
It has not been washed.
Damn, if that ain't a country song, I don't know.
You can make a Molotov cocktail if you put more whiskey in it.
That's the
What if we find some interest in water?
But an empty whiskey
Josie's always thinking about the water.
in my bag of
Josie
holding.
This is my favorite.
Josie loves water so much.
This is my favorite joke. It's so
Not even a joke.
It wasn't a joke. I really thought we might come across some cool water, and I want to put it in a bottle.
What I mean,
Fill it with rocks.
Hell yeah.
Like a little terrarium.
I don't know if cool water.
Jake, I don't
No, go ahead. Sorry.
remember what the answer was. I know I remember that I did ask though. Do we have windows in our rooms or no?
Yeah, you had windows.
Oh, there are windows.
Okay. And
Put a frog in it?
I don't.
In the bottle.
Did Astrid play music that night? Last night?
Yes.
Okay.
Did. Would have been longer than normal, but that was the only thing notable about it.
Okay.
He was probably out cold before he could notice that it was a little bit longer than normal, though, I'd say.
Yeah. He was passed out before you did it.
I was gonna say that I don't think cool or weird types of waters is on my DM bingo card, but
Put it
on
on
there.
there.
Could be.
I
I'll
do
check
want to
later.
put a frog in there now.
Anyway, are any of you discussing anything or doing anything? Or shall we skip ahead to the arrival of the judge?
Yeah, let's do that. That's my vote.
Gonna give it a brief
I'm good with
5
skipping.
seconds of complete silence, just to make absolutely sure that everybody's good. Okay. So about an hour goes by, and then you all hear what sounds like some commotion outside, as if a carriage has stopped just outside the bar. As the doors come open, as the judge walks in. As she does, the bartender looks to her and goes, "Oh, morning, Judge. I'm glad to see you've returned." As she just nods to the barkeep as she walks over to the bar towards all of you. Doesn't sit, doesn't get incredibly close, just stands close enough so that she could announce toward all of you as she goes. "The carriage is prepared and ready, and I have your payments as well if you would like to join me outside."
excellent.
Start heading
Shall
out.
we
Before
go?
that, actually, the letters.
Ah, yes. I hand her the letters.
Thank you for returning them. As she looks them over really quick to make sure, and she just nods as she takes the case and puts them back. As she goes to lead you all outside. As she does, you get led outside as you see before you a large carriage with a tarp covering up the back that extends up. It looks like it's big enough, high enough so that you could sit in the back if you need to. It has a seat at the front that could fit 2 people, and it is pulled by a single horse with a beige mane.
Well, you know what has to be done. I look to the group. We need to name the horse.
Ma'am, does the horse already have a name?
I do not know of any name the horse has. I had purchased it from a stable not too far from here. They did not give me a name. Nonetheless, if you wish to name it, you may.
I'm gonna ask the horse what its name is.
Can you speak to horses?
I mean, anybody can speak to horses, Jake.
As in, can horses speak to you then?
I mean, on a spiritual level, yes, but no, they do
So
not.
if the horse says anything, you can't understand what the horse says. That's
No.
that's the answer I'm trying to get to. I'm glad we took as long as we needed to get to that exact part.
Me too.
Thank you for that one. You
You're
know, it's
welcome.
it's the journey, not the destination. They say.
Journey. That's he's
It all
dropping hints, guys.
comes back. It all comes back to him, doesn't it?
It all goes
The
back
horse,
to Jake.
the horse, kind of shakes its mane and just, whinnies a bit at you coming over.
Oh,
and
so
asking
Winnie.
about it.
Oh no.
No, that's gonna give bad memories for Zach.
No. That's PTSD.
No,
right there.
you can't name the horse Winnie, when he's playing another Irish accented character. That's a bad
spelled
omen.
That's a bad
That's
omen.
a bad omen.
Well, to be fair, he who must not be named was trying to be Scottish, but
Well, you tried.
I
Same
tried
diff.
and failed.
Don't. I wouldn't recommend saying that. The Scots, and the Irish do
Yeah.
not like to be compared like that.
No, they don't.
The real question is who's going to steer and who's going to accompany them, keeping a watch out.
I don't know if any of you had experience handling horses or steering the carriage, but you will likely have to learn if you don't.
Is the horse male or female?
It's male.
Okay.
So it's a
Here's a question: can the horse understand a language?
no.
Or is no? Okay.
I know what you're trying to do, but it can't.
I
understand
figured.
language.
Yeah, okay. I did want to ask it the
Yes,
same as well.
I understand, but it's not as easy as that. And she
Can
would
I
go.
pet the horse?
Yeah, absolutely. You can pet the horse. It would
gonna-
just lean into it a bit as it puffs its nose out a bit. As the judge would say, you have about 4 days of feed that I have also packed into the carriage for you as well. I recommend that you stop in the next town when you get there for at least a night or two so that the horse can get some rest and proper care at a stable. Next town will be about... Where is it? Next town will be about 3 days away. It is the town of Oakmill. Not the... Well, it is the town of Oakmill. And I will spell the name for you. As well, locals. Locals being, Carolina, Isaac, and Wiz. Give me a history check at the name, Oakmill. Feel as though you've heard the name of the town before. Damn.
Biz knows what he's talking
Starting
about.
off strong. Okay. Isaac, this is the news probably just didn't reach Praxmore in a manner that was as huge. You think you've heard the name of the town before, but you don't remember exactly why. Carolina and Wiz, you have heard this name of the town before. A great tragedy occurred there some 10 years ago as an orphanage was found, is in the town. The orphanage, all of the children inside were murdered in a brutal manner, and the caretaker of the orphanage as well was found dead in a extremely brutal manner. There was only one survivor, a single child that survived long ago. Wiz, you know that the town has never truly recovered from that reputation with your role, and that despite their efforts, a lot of people avoid it, and there are rumors of it being sort of, what's the word? Haunted. Yeah, that's the word.
He will elect to say nothing.
Okay, that's fair.
How long ago was this tragedy?
About 10 years ago. Very, very, very sad story. The manner of death is not known to any of you. That wasn't incredibly elaborated on. Perhaps for the best. Just that it was cruel and brutal.
I probably won't mention it now, but I'll bring it up later.
Okay. But I recommend stopping there. Recouping and such, and then continuing on after. It's about 3 days away from here on travel with the horse. Perhaps buy some more feed as well. You will need it for the road. After you hit Oakmill, you won't have... Well, I don't think you told her your destination, actually.
We didn't?
No, I don't think you did.
We told somebody.
I think it was the original priest you told.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You did not tell her, so she doesn't know where you're going, so... Wouldn't say anything.
How far from Oakmill is Wolford?
How far from Oakmill is Wolford? Well, by horse... 1 second. I'm checking some things. Today's the 13th, by the way. I updated the thing.
Yeah.
Well, Wolford is about 3, maybe 4 days away if you're unlucky with, traveling.
So wait, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh boy, that puts us awfully close to when we need to be there.
When do you need to be there?
I
21st.
well, the 21st was the remembrance, but I think weren't we told that we had
The
to be there
20th.
before that? Was it the 20th?
Well,
Yeah.
I think people wanted to be there before that. But I don't know if
Okay.
it was said that you should be before that. So you're gonna say the 20th?
Yeah.
Well, if you rush by horse to get to Oakmill, you can get there in about 2.5 days. And then if you stop there for a night and rush a bit again, only for partial of the journey, you can probably cut the travel to Wolford down to guaranteed 3, maybe 2 days.
That is plenty of time.
I believe you'll be fine getting there. Do you have business in Wolford?
They're
we do.
hiring. Sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
They're hiring for setting up the festival.
Ah, yes, the Winter Remembrance. I see. Yes, the absurd amount of coin they're offering for such a mundane task. I can see why
Yes.
you'd be enticed by such an offer.
Can I ask a question that may seem a little foolish?
Go on.
Do people around here have trouble remembering the seasons?
Not particularly, no. Why do you ask?
Well, because you've got a holiday specifically for it.
That is not the point of Winter Remembrance. Winter
Oh.
Remembrance is a celebration to remember those that have passed, your ancestors and those that have passed recently. It is a celebration of the dead, it is the celebration of history, whether it be the history of your land or the history of your family.
Oh, all right.
Beryl, do you like to
Beryl
read?
says all right, but she just does not understand.
Go ahead, Silas, sorry.
Beryl, do you read? Not said in any way other than asking. He's just curious.
I mean, I haven't had many opportunities, but well, Isaac gave me this very nice book, and I've been reading it.
Silas reaches into his pack and he pulls out his book on Winter Remembrance and the Raven Queen.
As you see a book titled Winter Remembrance and the Raven Queen. On the cover of it, there is a picture of a raven sat on a branch that is lightly covered in snow.
Would you
Oh.
like to read this?
Like Like the priestess.
Yes.
Yes, the
And
Raven.
like the festival we're going to.
Yes, the Raven Queen is associated with Winter Remembrance, but I think you'll find once you get to the bigger towns that celebrate it that they don't particularly focus on that part. People don't like to remember the Raven Queen.
Oh, why is that?
Remembering the inevitability of your death is often unpleasant to most. I cannot blame them. It is not something that I like to think of often either. But it would be foolish for me to turn a blind eye to one of the gods of the world, especially one so important as her.
Well, it is a part of life, and it's probably not the best part.
Well, people are very uncomfortable with her nonetheless, and the reputation of her followers has done nothing to help that. I'm sure you met the priestess Heather. She is not the most conventional person.
Well, you know,
And
some people just sit right, you know, when they're just left of center.
Well, despite her eccentricities, she is not the reason why they have a bad reputation. She is only one part of a larger whole. Raven Queen followers used to, they are not allowed to do this anymore, used to vehemently go after anyone that practiced any form of necromancy, be it minor animation of skeletons, zombies, flesh golems, or anything of the like, or resurrections, such as reviving people who were previously dead. They would vehemently go after them and would often kill both the person who cast said spells and the person who was affected by them. Luckily, in the current state of law, because of dear Lady Erithis, and because of the other gods of our land, they were able to rein in the rabid fanaticism of the group. And they cannot do such things anymore. I'd recommend keeping an eye out on your travels, nonetheless.
Guess while we're outside of towns that have proper governing bodies.
Yes. Perhaps if you do come across something, and perhaps if you just happen to have someone who had previously filled those quotas before, maybe focus on the judge's badge that I'm giving you, and your assistance in purging undead. Might be able to help you get out of a unpleasant situation. Not that I think you'd get into one, because you all have no reason to have any bad blood with the Raven Queen, correct?
I just dangle my necklace a little bit. No, we're peachy keen.
She looks over her shoulder and looks over the other one, with glancing out of the corners of her eyes. She goes, "Good. Speaking of the judge's badge, whoever wishes to take it may take it now," as she takes out what looks like a very fancy symbol. She takes out a badge that can be put onto your clothes if you wish, or it can just be held stored somewhere. It is the symbol of Erithis, but in the midst of the starburst cogwheel, there is a gavel slamming down as well, and the gavel is made entirely of gold.
Astrid will take that.
Is Astrid the narc of the party?
Astrid's not a narc, but I think she's the best talker out of here.
You're right.
This will be a great boon to you. It will help you get aid from the temples and from the law, if you wish as well. It will not prevent you from... Okay. It will not prevent you from suffering its wrath, say you break the laws, but your position will be considered depending on your crimes if you do anything. You may get a more lenient sentence, say you do some minor crimes or something of the sort. But please don't go around breaking the laws, especially with how recently you all acquired your new IDs. It will not look good for you, and it will not look good for me either for giving you the badge.
I don't have any intentions of that happening.
I don't believe I have any... Oh god, sorry.
Beryl, would you like this book before I put it back?
I would actually.
I expect it back once you finish. Holds out the book to her.
All right.
As you take and get the Winter Remembrance and the Raven Queen.
To Remembrance and the Raven Queen.
Well, I have no reason to believe that any of you will be any trouble in any other town, as you are a great help to me. I have already reported Dodson. His name has spread around to every temple that has the communications to continue spreading it. It will reach the capital soon, and his crimes will be known. Nonetheless, I do not read Mr. Dodson as the type to come out and seek revenge if it is not for him to gain anything. So I do not assume that he will come after you, unless he is ordered to do so. But be careful. He is a strong individual, and someone like him does not remain as strong as he is. They only get stronger.
Who got the message at the bar?
All of you.
Everybody?
Well, you were... Yeah, okay, you two weren't there.
Okay.
So, everyone except for Astrid and Josie had heard the message.
Okay.
I don't know if... Okay,
leave
sorry.
He did leave a message for us at the tavern.
Did he do that? What did it say?
You don't, and I won't.
Here's my sincere advice. Follow that message. You all were a great asset, and what Kieran did was wrong, and I imagine some of you may wish to pay him back, not because of only what he did, but because of what he did to you, as he looks to you, so she looks to you. However, I would recommend just staying out of it. The law will take care of it. We will make sure that Kieran does not get away with what he has done.
Unless he forces our paths to cross, I don't seek it.
Good to hear. Do any of you have any questions for me before I give you your gold and have to head off to my interrogation? She rolls her eyes as she is clearly a bit exhausted. Any of you that have a passive perception of 14 or higher can tell that, you know, she's a bit tired looking. There's some slight bags under her eyes. Clearly been a very busy woman since she got back.
Judge, you wouldn't happen to have a spare map, would you?
Of the area.
I mean, of the area of the Augon. Augon is a no? Is
Augon's the world. Euclax is the continent.
Yes.
Beryl has a map.
Beryl does have a map. Do you have a borders? Do you have a political map, or do you have a blank one?
I have.
You have a political map, I think, because it.
Do I?
Someone has a political map.
The one you gave me doesn't have any political lines. It just has the landmass, like, geological differences.
You should have a handout. Let me take a look. Beryl's map of Euclax.
Yeah.
Someone has a political map.
Yeah. I've been updating my own, like, personal map with whatever towns we learn about, but it's not very up to date at all. Like, it's...
Well, you also have this that I brought you before, so everything should be updated.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Well, yeah, this is the screen.
No, I know. I'm saying Beryl doesn't have that.
I'm gonna pull you guys back. You have a political map, Ben? Is that what you were saying?
I think I picked that up in Trayvon.
Yes, you do. I wanted to. So okay, you're okay. Yes, you do. That's in your handouts. I know because I had to correct because one of the one of the capitals is wrong on there. Would you like a region map or a political map?
A political map, if you don't mind. Out of character, Anthony is very bad at geography and has a very hard time keeping track of where we're
I
going.
also have a very bad geography, so... Sure.
That's why.
As she would hand you a political map that she has on her. This is the one I keep on me. I have many back at home, so...
Thank you. I want to mark where we've been, where we're going.
So I've handed it to you. It's in the handout. It's in the map and calendar handout. It's actually the same one that Ben has.
Thank you. That helps a lot.
The capital of Destin is incorrect. It is Teosomi on that map. That is not what it is. It is Camelon, realistically.
Okay.
Jake, out of character, and this is definitely not something you have to worry about right
Yes,
now.
sir.
But would Beryl be able to at some point have either Silas or Isaac like essentially copy the political borders and town names onto her map?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give you town names will be a bit more difficult. I can figure something out.
That's fine. Just like I just essentially I want she wants to have whatever they have so that she knows the area.
Would Silas and Isaac be willing to share the information that they have?
Yeah. I mean, again, I was asking for a map mainly because I needed a handout because I had a hard time keeping track of things.
Right.
Sus wouldn't be opposed to letting someone copy things down.
I'll give you their handout as well, Beryl, so you can see it. So that's and again, the Teosomi in Destin is supposed to be Camelon.
Okay.
Alright. I wish I could give you like an interactive map that I update and have things on. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I can only bring you to the one that is designated for you guys occasionally when you want to. So if you ever want to see your player map, just tell me and I'll drag you guys to it, okay? So my question is, would you rather be looking at that right now or your landing screen?
Personal preference, I would prefer the map, but
yeah,
that's just
I would like the map too.
Anyone else have an opinion? Anyone have a dissenting opinion for that one? Okay, then I'm gonna pull you all over to the map. Then you can keep looking at that. Just have to make sure I'm not pulling you.
Idea of where we are and
how
far everything is.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now we're in Arbington.
Yes.
And could you put Oakmill on there?
Yeah, I guess she'd tell you where Oakmill is. And you can measure out miles and such, though they're not perfect.
Yeah.
Because you're going downhill at some point.
So we'll go faster.
Yes, you will go much quicker. That's why you're going to be getting to places a bit quicker. Let me just find something very quickly. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to see exactly where it goes. My apologies, guys. So, it's about... Where's Arbington? It's not letting me go exactly on top of Arbington. That's kind of annoying. There we go. Okay. Where are my map icons?
No one will be seated during the riveting map notation section of the session.
I just placed the new thing on the map. I'm about to write in Oakvale over it. Yeah.
Keep all the hands and arms within the vehicle.
Riveting part of the session, I know.
Yeah, I know it's annoying,
This,
Jake.
this,
This
is
a big
the
help.
shit I live for.
Oh man, I left my wallet on the splash page. Can we go back?
You be quiet. You're not here.
Void
Get out of
doesn't
here.
speak.
Spectator.
Go back to the void.
Void Andrew isn't real. He can't hurt you. It is missing one L. Okay, so that's done. Apologies for that taking as long as it did. So there you go.
Like I said, this really helps
That's the map for you.
with my
Yeah,
brain.
for sure. Yeah.
That's the map for you. Okay, so back to, as he hands you the map, and, Beryl, they share with you what they have.
Awesome.
Any other questions or anything to discuss before I am off to go do my work?
How much money were we getting?
You're getting 125. She hasn't given it to you yet.
Oh, okay.
No questions from me. I wish you the best. Sorry that we didn't really create more work for you.
You did
but-
not have to apologize for anything. I'm alive to do more work, so that is something I'm thankful for. I'd rather be doing work than dead. Did you find anything? Okay, sorry.
Sorry, we gave her the letters back, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Did any of you find anything interesting out from the letters that I may have missed?
They were pretty vague.
I have noted
And-
that as well.
The most we could surmise is that the culprit, or who we assume is the culprit, the author of the letters, must have known, or maybe not must have, but probably knew Malron in some capacity.
Well, Malron did used to serve the Beastmaw family as one of their personal alchemists, so he was a public figure for some time.
Well, there you go.
Can roll history on the Beastmaw family, by the way, locals. So,
I would like to do that.
Carolina, Isaac, Wiz, Astrid as well. You'd recognize the Beastmaw family name. Carolina and Wiz, the two of you just know that the Beastmalls are a prestigious family in Destin that run the city of Trevine. However, Astrid and Isaac, the two of you know that the Beastmaw family is one of the original families of Destin, one of the founding families, and that the one of the most important figures in Destin history is Tristan Beastmaw, one of the original members of the Knights of Camelon. Yes. Do you need the spelling of Tristan as well, or just Beastmaw?
What did you say about them from Trevine?
They run Trevine. They're the city that they are in charge of the city. As in, the Baroness is a Beastmaw currently. Yeah, you know the Isaac and Beryl. Sorry, not Beryl. Isaac and Astrid would also know that the current sitting ruler of Trevine is Baroness Noralgina Beastmaw. I'll spell that. As that's what you know.
Who was Tristan?
Tristan was an original member of the Knights of Camelon.
Okay.
But she says that. Wouldn't surprise me if he was known from his time in office then.
So those portraits of the stern woman we saw is Neuralgina?
No.
That's
That's the queen
Yeah.
of Destin.
of Destin.
Yeah, we saw portraits of the queen earlier.
Yeah, the queen is not Beastmaw. She's in charge of Trevine, the city. Noragina.
Oh.
Noragina is the Baroness of Trevine. Now, all of you know the name of the queen. The queen's name was Anna Avalon, and they have a handout for her as well. But, if that is all, I suppose that with how vague the letters are, nobody could find particularly anything more useful than what we had already found. Nonetheless, here, as she will hand each of you a pouch. Each of those pouches contain 125 gold, your reward. I thank you once again for your assistance. I wish you luck in your travels. May the law of Erithus protect you, and may Avandra guide your path and bring you luck.
I appreciate it, Judge. Or we all appreciate it.
Well, I must get to my duties. Good luck, as she goes to walk away. And now there is a carriage before you, money in your hands, and the road awaiting you. What do you
So
do?
did we decide on the name for the horse?
I still like whiskey.
I like whiskey.
I like whiskey.
Yeah, that's a solid horse name.
And
The horse tastes very badly.
his full name will be Empty Whiskey Bottle.
Perfect.
I guess one of those families that goes by their middle names.
Well,
Right. Does any of you know how to drive one of these things?
Anyone with land vehicle proficiency?
I've been driven quite a lot. Does that help?
More than I have.
I think the better question at that point will be who's going to be the best at handling the horse.
Well, let's ask the horse. Whiskey, who do you think will be best at handling you?
I don't think the horse knows. No?
Exhales as he breathes a bit and just shakes and just neighs.
Seeing as the horse just, not it. Seeing as Whiskey just met us.
Alright, we should introduce ourselves first. I give a low bow to Whiskey and introduce myself.
My vote is for Josie +1 to be driving. Sorry, sister.
I can do it. I do not know how to horse, but I can certainly try.
Well, this will be a good learning experience for all of us.
Asher
seem
doesn't formally have animal handling, but she would have been around horses before.
Mm-hmm.
So unless somebody has something preceding that.
I don't think Isaac would have ever read a book on horse training.
Does nobody have animal handling?
I've got
No.
a +1 to animal handling.
I have
I'm
a
not
zero.
really that type of ranger.
I got +3.
I'd be happy to help, I guess.
What does that translate to?
Wiz, do you know how to handle a horse?
No, never handled one in my life.
Right. Well,
Well, he's got
Well,
as
you
much
won't
experience
figure
as
that
any
out.
of us.
Sal's just gets into the back of the carriage.
Okay.
yeah, Beryl gets into the back as well.
Yeah, you can tell that about 5 of you can fit in the back, and 2 people have to sit in the front.
If you're comfortable with it, Wiz, then you can go up front with Josie then.
Okay.
Literally the first person that volunteers, everyone's like, oh yeah, right on.
Yeah, you got it.
You got it.
You got the most experience.
That's
out of
right.
all
That's
of us,
great.
'cause you
That's
said
great
you
to
would
hear.
do
I'm
it.
glad. I'm glad you volunteered, bud.
All right then.
All right, we'll just leave it at that.
I didn't even volunteer. I got volunteered.
Well, I mean,
That's
Esther
true.
is the one who said she knows.
you have only one
stuff
person to
about
blame
orcs.
for that.
Well, we know you're a good designated driver because you only drink water.
Fuck.
True, that's true.
Hmm.
Okay.
Edwin only drinks milk.
Alright.
Question:
Mhm.
Is there a little window to the driver's section from the back of the carriage?
There's a bit of a up like slant, so there's some wood in the way, but there's just a bit of a peeking in space that you can see Josie and Wiz there.
All right. As soon as I get the opportunity, I poke my head through and say hi.
Okay. Are you guys gonna head out and try to leave now? Get on the road? Okay. Josie, you're gonna try and rein in these horses? What are you gonna do first?
I'm going to try to soothe the horse.
What are you doing? What are you soothing the horse with?
I'm just gonna pet it on its head.
Okay. And you're trying to, like, make a connection with the horse?
Yeah, I'll say hello to it.
You can roll an animal handling check.
Animals usually like food.
I don't have any food, so it's
There's
just gonna
horse
get
feed in the
pets.
back. You have 4 days
Nope.
worth of horse feed, so...
Upon Wiz saying that, I will grab a handful of the horse feed
Yeah,
and
you have a
like
feeder
offer it
for
forward.
Okay. Yeah, sure. If you're feeding the horse as well, you can roll animal handling to see if, anything
Oh no,
happens.
no, I'm handing Josie the
Oh,
fish.
you're handing Josie the food, I say.
I will give the food to the horse.
Sure, I'll let you roll again at advantage.
The first was
A 12.
an initial greeting, and
Yeah.
now this is the
Now
further bonding.
Yes, this is the advanced.
Hello, how are
horse
you?
roll.
Would you like some mead?
The horse eats it, but doesn't seem to adjust to you any better. But, I mean,
Not impressed.
your initial
okay.
roll, you feel like, you know, the horse is, it at least is acknowledging you, and it's, it doesn't seem to hate you.
You gotta kind of be whipping them a little bit, so, might want to just take dominion now.
What? That's how you make a horse go? The system's terrible. Alright. What do the ropes do?
The reins?
I'm going to have to change my vote. Astrid, you said you've been driven
Your
around, right?
I don't think Josie's legitimately ever seen a horse, like, up close before.
Yes, I've been driven around and I've ridden a horse by itself. I've never driven a carriage before.
If you just ride the horse, can it pull the carriage at the same time?
I mean, yes, it might be a bit more stressful for it to have two load-bearing points, but
Should I get in the back now?
I can give it a try if you'd like.
I'm gonna get in the back of the carriage.
We're doing great, guys.
We haven't even
Okay.
left the fucking town.
Did
I
you
hope
try?
the judge isn't watching us anymore.
Nah, she's gone, man.
Did you
Just
try
the yellow
saying yaw,
man.
Josie?
What would that do?
I think that's what makes horses go.
Well, I don't want to do it now. I'm just standing on the sidelines and I don't want it to go without me.
That's true.
Okay.
I'm gonna let Astrid take the reins,
So
literally.
Astrid takes the reins. What are you gonna do with the reins?
I'm going to cast Animal Friendship.
Oh,
Like
I don't
the
know how
spell?
to do that.
you had that?
Like the
I do now from the loot.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I asked him how it works.
That's
So you
fair.
play a nice little tune from the lute. Can you lick the spell?
How do I do that?
You press the spell.
I don't have it on my sheet yet.
Well, that's not ideal, but that's all right.
Pass the odds.
It's a bunch of stuff.
The spell.
I got like 10 spells from the Kia loot.
Yeah, I mean, there was time to get them on the sheet, but it's not a huge deal.
I put them on a post-it note.
Yeah, like I said, just make sure, just get it next time on the sheet. It's not a huge
I
deal.
will.
Hold up the description of on the post-it note to the camera.
The spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast you can see within range. It must see you and hear you. If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Otherwise, the beast must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be charmed by you for the spell's duration. If one of your companions harms the target, the spell ends. Let's see. Riding
find out how
horse.
smart this horse is.
Well, you're lucky. A horse does not have an intelligence of 4 or higher. And I'll have it roll up a wisdom save. Sure.
Okay.
Does the creature know it was charmed after the spell ended?
No.
Horse.
What's your spell save DC?
It's 14 currently.
It's fucked up that he almost made that. It's fucked up that he almost made that. As the horse,
Smart.
as the horse, as you play the song, the horse lets out a calm, a soothed whinny, and if you're by its side or if you're giving it any if you're near it at all, you can tell that it seems to have a level of affection for you. It just seemed to bond. It seemingly has bonded to you.
Okay, cool.
It's charmed by you for 24 hours.
She'll pet it on the nose a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess she'll clamber up into the driver's seat.
Get on the reins.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna do when you get the reins? You got them in hand?
Yeah, she has them in hand, and she says, okay, Whisky, we're going to go now. And she's going to very gently, I don't think snap is the right verb, but when you like...
Yeah, it's like a little whip.
Whip.
Right, but it's not to hurt it. It's just to say
there is a whip.
going.
There is a whip on the carriage in case there's
I'm not using
unresponsiveness. But yeah, as you use the reins and you say go, Whisky begins to move forward as the carriage begins to get pulled.
You're a god.
It's moving at a pace that's a bit faster than you all would be normally, but it's not moving at its fastest pace. You could tell, but you've obviously not ordered it to do anything like that. So.
Everybody has to do this for the next 3 hours.
For being such a bright.
Go ahead, Rogue. Sorry, you got cut off.
Give the alacrity to Astrid.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And that lasts for 24 hours, it says? What does that say?
8 hours.
Sorry. My mind instantly jumped. Okay. As you all begin to travel. Early in the morning, as you are making your way across the road. One moment. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Alright. As you travel, moving across the road, the forests around you, your carriage is making its way up, heading uphill, up the side of a mountain, as you do as well. Let me check my weather. It's a bit cold, it's chilly, and as you're making your way up the mountain, gentle bits of snow are raining down, but it's nothing serious. It's not even sticking and covering the road yet. But there is a soft bit of snow coming down from the sky, and it is cold as you're moving forward. Not an extreme cold, just a normal level, so nobody's particularly affected by anything. As you continue up the road, the large trees at your side. As you do, as you're making your way up the road, you begin to see something off on the corner of the road, in the distance. As first you see what looks like the figure of a humanoid dressed in very heavy winter garbs, with a staff in hand that looks to be a walking stick. As you grow closer, you see the individual dressed in the garbs is kneeling before a shrine at the side of the road. As you see what looks like a circular piece of stone or metal, you can't exactly tell, that sits at the side of the road that is painted to almost look painted, or it's or it's entirely made of gold, but it's made to look like a gold coin on the floor. As oh damn, what the hell is happening there? Is that happening? Oh yeah, Ben, your cam is doing something.
Yeah, yikes.
What do you mean? Was it? It's doing something. What I'm seeing on it's not doing anything weird.
It's like flickering.
You're,
and it's
you're
like,
green and
I
pixely.
can
Green
Yeah.
and pixelated.
screenshot.
You can see it on the stream as well.
Yeah, it's freaking out, dude.
This is what we see.
I was gonna call a break in a second here anyway, so I'm gonna do that now because that's happening, and I imagine something's gonna have to happen to fix it. But I'm gonna call break right now, and we're gonna take 5 minutes. When we get back, I'm gonna start over describing what was you were just coming upon. Okay?
Cool.
So let's all take 5 minutes, at most 10. So we'll be back in about 5 or 10. Let me do that. And All right. Alright, so as I was saying, I should have gotten this open while I was talking, so I'm going to continue saying a long string of sentences to make it seem like, to fill space as I go to open up a file that I do not have open, because that's that's what I do. Righto. Okay, as I was saying, you pull up you're pulling up the side of this hill near mountain. Gentle snow is falling down. It's a bit cold, but, you know, it's certainly not as bad as those at Blizzard, and it's better than actually most of the average days in winter. It's actually a rather comfortable cold. As the snow gently falls down, you pull up the road, and on the side of the road you see what looks like a traveler dressed in heavy winter garb, with a staff, kneeling atop a platform that appears to be a shrine at the side of the road. As you pull up and you see what looks like this platform is either metal or it's painted to look metal, as it is a circular platform that is gold and looks like a gold coin on the floor. It's about 10 feet in width across the sides of it. It's rather large. As atop the platform, there is a small stone pillar that has a colored icon atop it of where are you? A symbol. As you see a symbol of what look like three carved lines, three green carved lines on this platform. As you can get religion or history rolls from people. Wiz, you don't need to roll. Anyone that wants to know, it is obviously a symbol of a deity of sorts. Okay, is that everyone? Josie, you're not going to roll, I imagine? Alright. As with those rolls, Isaac, Beryl, Carolina, and Silas. No, actually everyone knows. Those rolls are good enough to give you that this is a symbol of Avandra, the goddess of luck and change, goddess of luck, change, and travel. Also the patron deity of halflings. This would be a deity that is actually pretty known in the Feywild to you, Beryl.
Yeah. I don't like pray, but I definitely she's one of my gods.
Sure. Oh, I didn't know that. My bad.
Yeah, I have
made you roll.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, no, I have Avandra, Coralon, and Sylvanas.
But so despite how good your roll is, you're not going to know this, Beryl. Carolina, Isaac, and Wiz will, because this is particularly pertaining to the prime material, unfortunately. But sure. Carolina, Isaac, and Wiz, the three of you know that this is a small shrine to Avandra, and there are shrines to Avandra all across the roads, across Augon and every continent you assume. And they set them up for travelers to pray at them, so they can ask for guidance in their travels, luck to stay away from danger, and just, you know, general good prayer for traveling and such. It's considered a good omen to at least stop by and leave a single coin of what you're able to donate while traveling. It's considered a good omen and will bring, you know, good luck to you.
Beryl would see this and immediately ask to stop. Oh, can we stop here? Stop!
Astrid, are you going to stop?
Yeah, she'll pull back on the reins and say whoa, because she's heard that before.
As Whisky would stop. As the carriage comes to a stop before the small shrine.
I'll get out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll follow her.
And she'll, like, after seeing the the individual.
Yeah,
kneeling,
the traveler
like-
seems to be in prayer though, so he's
Yeah.
like kneeled down.
Yeah, so she would give him she would give them their space.
Yeah. Well, as you approach, the individual seems to stand up from prayer, getting ready to leave as he looks toward you and anyone else approaching. As you see an elven man beneath the hood, I can't see any real features of him, just the elven ears and some wisps of blondish hair under it. As he just smiles toward you all and go, "Good tidings, and may Avanja guide you in your travels." As he goes to continue on walking, he's going the opposite direction of you all.
Oh, you as well.
As if you look toward the platform, you can see that it appears he left what looks like a silver coin atop the platform. And you can see other donations of coins atop it as well.
I will go
Mostly
over
silver
to...
and copper, but a single gold coin sits atop it as well. Somebody's
go over
being
to the
static.
shrine
Sorry.
and give a small prayer, and I will leave a gold coin.
You're gonna leave a gold coin.
Yeah, I just got a whole bunch of them.
Alright, roll me a religion check. At advantage, we'll say.
Hey, if that's not luck, I don't know what is.
A warm breeze moves over you in this cold winter day as you place the coin atop it. Strange. Less strange for you with the tendency of the Feywild and its ever-changing forms, but the warm wind blows over you, and for a reason you feel like the rest of your travels, at least for a bit, will be completely safe and guided. And on the meta, Beryl isn't aware of this, but on the meta you gain a single use of a luck point, so you can re-roll anything once at advantage.
Cool.
A single re-roll. It will not come back after use.
That's okay.
It's just gone after.
Beryl, why did we stop? He hasn't even looked up from his book yet.
I would also kneel down to pray and also give a gold coin.
We're here for Avandra. You can't stop. You can't keep passing. You can't pass by a shrine to Avandra without giving a small donation.
Can roll
Luck's
a
on our
religion checks
side.
at advantage.
What did you say, Jake?
You can roll a religion at advantage. As well, Wiz, you can do the same. Religion at advantage. You don't feel the warm breeze going over you, but you get a single luck point, and Wiz, you will receive one as well. Donation's gonna give you one either way. Just was rolling to see if there's any other bonuses.
Beryl stands up and skips, smiling happily back to the carriage.
Okay.
Once we get back into the carriage, I will say to the party, and Silas specifically, I guess, there was a shrine there, and it says if you pray to the shrine, there'll be good luck on your travels. That's what we want, don't we?
Not bad luck is a good thing at the very least. It's also put a bookmark in his book. It's just a torn piece of old parchment, and he'll hop out. Think we both should, sister?
I suppose that's not something that could hurt. So yeah, she'd follow.
Sure.
I'll reach into his pocket and put a silver up there.
Okay. Roll a religion check.
Okay.
Astrid, you're going to say something?
Yeah, while they're doing all this, she's gonna take the opportunity to, like, give Whiskey some water and a little bit of feed if he wants
Fair
any.
enough. Fair enough. Well, you prayed it, and you feel for a moment that perhaps your travels will be a bit safer going forward, but you do not get a luck point.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. He gets back into the carriage and pulls out his book and goes, "There, no bad luck."
Mr. Darrow?
Josie would have done it with a gold piece.
Okay.
But she does look confused the whole time because she's not really clear on
Are
the
you
praying.
just putting a gold piece atop it and not praying?
She puts a gold piece on top and then, like, looks down solemnly and thinks about luck. And that's about as much as she can figure out.
Sure, you could roll a religion for that. Lavandra will accept that. Silas, actually, I will say, with your roll, despite you only putting a silver piece, your next nat 1, this isn't known to Silas, this is obviously a meta on meta. Your next nat 1, within the next 2 days, will automatically be re-rolled. As in, it just re-rolls. And you take what you get next. Josie, same for you. What did you put, a gold?
I put a gold.
You also get a luck point as well. No, you just get the luck point. No, you get both. You get the luck point and the natural rerun thing. No, just the luck point. Sorry, I'm crazy. I'm losing my mind. I can't read.
I thought you were just discriminating against James.
No.
Mr. Darrow, you should do it. It's actually bad luck to pass a shrine and not do it.
I hope you don't think less of me for saying this, Beryl, but I don't put much stock in the gods these days, be it for good or for bad. I'd rather just abstain.
Alright. Well, it just makes my job harder, but I'm willing to take that. I don't know what I was gonna say bite that bullet, but she just learned what guns were very recently,
Yes.
so
Bite that rock.
yeah.
Swallow that bitter pill.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This would have been about 2 hours after leaving. Silas, you're reading the Dance and Macabre book.
The whole way.
Okay, so you're getting time on that.
Once we start traveling again, are Josie and Astrid able to hear like us if we talk loud enough?
I'm in the carriage.
Oh well, Josie and
Astrid and Wiz. Yeah, if you talk loud enough, you can. Also, Beryl, if you were reading any of your books along the way, you'd be getting stuff. You're not getting any interest in any real stuff from the Myths book, but you will get information from the Winter Remembrance one if you're choosing.
Yeah, I'd probably pause on the Myths and Legends because it looks like I can just kind of flip to a random page of that book and find something interesting to read. Sure. But with Winter Remembrance, I'd like to, from beginning to end.
So you're reading through that. Let me double check. I gave Silas his amount that it would take for him to get his stuff. It would take a total of 12 hours to get it through all of it. Okay.
Okay.
So. It's not the ideal way of handling books, I know, in terms of a realism thing, but
that's fine.
For bonuses and such, it makes sense to me for the game. But yeah, as you're reading, you've gotten 2 hours so far. I'll give you the grand total after you call in for the night and such. Okay. So yeah, no, Astrid and Wiz would be able to hear you if you talked at a reasonable, loud enough volume. If you're in the back.
I would say loud enough so they can hear me, but not loud enough that like I'm screaming for
sure.
I would just like to inform those who don't know about where we are headed. Oak Mill is kind of famous. There was an orphanage that all the orphans and the workers there were murdered, and people feel that the town—it's a town, right?
Mhm.
Is kind of haunted because of it, and they've never kind of bounced back from that reputation. That was 10 years ago, but
Oh, that's so
still,
sad.
I thought you might want to know before we get there, and if the mood there is kind of uneasy, that maybe not to ask so many questions.
That's horrifying, and also probably the most legitimate reason for a haunting I've ever heard.
Yeah, I remember finding out about it when I was younger, and it kind of struck me, kind of struck a personal chord with me.
Wait, I can imagine, especially at a young age.
By the way, Silas, you're currently making your way to the end of the werewolves and other lycanthropes chapter.
Where?
Sorry, go on, Carolina. My bad.
So yeah, if people seem off in the town, maybe just keep to ourselves. Might be for the best. Well, keep to ourselves in the sense of not asking questions about.
Don't ask about local history. Got it.
And the town already has a bad reputation because of it, so might not want to do something that might give them the wrong impression. That like we're
Orphan murderers?
not so much that, just like we're aware too much of what happens. Like, don't be like obvious and oh, this place is kind of empty, or if the locals are kind of weird, just kind of brush it off, I would say.
And if there was an actual haunting there, without looking up from his book, probably are Raven Queen people there. You know, the people that think I should still be dead.
I would say if there's anything in the aspect of haunting, that's a different story. That's when we will. I would suggest that act to your own accord if something has happened like that. But if it's just, the eeriness of the town, maybe just keep it to ourselves.
Okay. Is that all you guys have to say?
Yes.
All right. As you continue your way up the mountain, traveling for another about, let's see, you left in the morning, left pretty early. You continuing at normal pace, Astrid? With the horse?
Yeah, unless somebody else instructs me not to, we're gonna go normal.
Okay. Anyone have anything against the normal pace?
Well, we were told if we, were a little faster, we would get there quicker, right?
Well, you've told if you were pushing.
I mean,
locals.
that's how time works. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know if we all agreed if that's how we wanted to travel instead of just a normal pace.
Well, I'll tell you, that it was a moving significantly faster thing. Was what it was.
Let's just keep doing what we're doing.
Okay, fair enough. As you're moving at a quick but leisurely pace, at the very least, for you all as you continue on. I'm just gonna check something very quickly. Because a horse moves at 60 feet around. Just gonna go check something very quickly. Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so you guys are moving, normal pace, and I would say the horse's normal pace is a fast pace for you all, so that's a bonus for you at the very least. As you're traveling up the mountain, you left about probably 10 a.m.-ish, I'd say. You guys think that's fair? Maybe a bit earlier.
Probably a bit earlier.
Okay, so maybe like 9-ish. So 2 hours the 2 hours initially passed as it was 11, and then as you continue up the mountain, 8 more hours pass as it comes time. Just checking my notes. Sorry. It's about 7 p.m. I think. I could be bad at math in my head. At the normal pace, the horse is, not particularly having any issues after the 8 hours have passed. When do you all intend to take any rests if you do? Or are you going to try and travel through the night?
I want to say I'd leave it up to the horse, but
Yeah, how is the horse doing with our newfound bond? How does the horse look?
Well, the horse looks a bit tired. It doesn't look like it can keep this up for that much longer. It has been walking for about 10 hours already.
Then yeah, we should stop.
You're gonna do that? You're gonna stop now?
Yeah.
Go to sleep camp? Okay. As you go to do so, you set up your camp. Set the fire up, I imagine, get the horse feed and some water as well.
Yeah, and Aster knows how to rub a horse down, so she'll do that as well.
Okay. That's fair. And you're still bonded with the creature, so it won't be difficult. As that happens, after setting up camp, all of you take a moment, I imagine, sitting up by the campfire, getting warm. And off in the distance, further down the road, you can see what looks like the amber glows of torches alit further down the road, remaining stationary.
About how many torches?
Looks to be about, let me check. Sorry. I should have known this off the top of my head because I'm a being. About 6. You can see.
but they're definitely stationary.
Yeah, if anyone was looking out that way, they probably saw them approaching a bit ago, and then they've stopped by this point.
How far off are they?
Maybe about, 120 feet, give or take.
Okay.
Definitely in the darkness, a bit far. The only reason why you're seeing them is because of the torchlight.
Stands out in the dark, yeah.
Yes.
Um,
Because it definitely goes past anyone's dark vision distance. I believe. I could be absolutely wrong. So I think most people's dark vision is about 60 feet.
yeah. We see distinct torches, not like just a fire.
Roll a perception check. If you're looking out that way. Hard to tell.
I don't even have dark vision. So.
Yeah. If anyone else looking out that way can roll perception if they wish, if they're trying to discern anything about the scene.
Josie, Carolina, would you mind taking a look at that? I believe you're the stealthiest members of our party.
So before you respond to that, sorry. You're not seeing much, Josie. You know, there's some snow in your eye. It's giving you trouble. Silas and Isaac, as you squint and look forward, what you see is you think you see distinct humanoids carrying torches, like the vague shapes of them. And you see what also looks like the shape of maybe a carriage on the side of the road. It looks overturned. You're not positive. Go ahead. Sorry, Josie, for cutting you off.
You think it's a problem?
I'd like to know what it is at the very least. Obviously, you don't need to engage, just close enough to ascertain what's happening.
I'd be lying if I said my curiosity wasn't getting the better of me.
Yeah, I can check it out. I'll do a perception check.
Sure. You see vague humanoid shapes in the distance. That's all you get. Unless for some reason you have advantage on those. That I don't know about.
Alright, you said it's about 120 feet away?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I would try and get, like, I guess close enough to get a better view without getting too close
Sure.
to be seen. I'm gonna roll stealth too.
Go ahead. That's a good stealth roll. And you're moving to pull up closer?
Yeah. But it's... Well, where are we? We're on, like, I guess the side of the road? The main
Yeah,
road?
you've set up on the side of the road, a bit
And-
a bit in the woods.
And these torches that we see are coming from, like, the main road? Or...
Yeah, they're on the road. They're literally at the side of it.
Okay, so I would try and, like...
Duck
I
to
want
the
to
woods.
stay, like, by on the side of the road
Sure.
without...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone accompanying him, or is it her, or is it just Carolina going?
I'd follow her.
Okay. Are you gonna stealth as well?
Yes.
Give me a roll.
If Josie's going with them, Silas will just say, remember to use the bag if you need to.
Yeah.
Okay. As you two begin to approach, moving up, getting closer, as you do, you get to close in, and you start to see some individuals. As you close in close enough to get a look at them, as some of these people look familiar to you, Josie. And maybe familiar to you as well, Carolina. Roll history. Yeah. Carolina, I will say first, this is off of secondhand knowledge. You have not encountered these folks before. But they wear a uniform that look... Well, not a uniform. They wear outfits and look akin to what you know is a group of pirates that were known as the Ugly Siren Pirates. That, you know, were... You have heard that they were pirates that were, you know, obviously raiding ships on the sea, but have recently taken to land banditry for some reason. Josie, you recognize these individuals due to your brief encounter with them on your trip to the Padfoot Inn. As they are closed up close to this overturned carriage, As you look towards the overturned carriage, there are stains of blood surrounding it, as if a fight took place there and people were bleeding. And at the front, you can see very well the corpse of a horse that's laid on its side, but you're not in a position where you could see the state of the horse, so you can't see what killed it. You don't see any other bodies, you just see blood, as they have closed in on the carriage and are very clearly investigating either the area or trying to loot the carriage. You can't tell for sure.
How many individuals of the pirates do they look like there are?
There is about 7 of them.
Bless you.
And they have all
Kara.
closed in on the carriage.
Carolina, these folks tried to rob us
Are they the
before
same?
we ran into y'all.
I know of them, but I've never encountered them before. We should warn the others before doing anything.
Yeah, Josie would actually start heading back.
Okay.
I follow.
As you two head back with no issue. They didn't hear you.
They were far enough away. So yeah, as soon as she gets back to the group, she'd just say, "It's the land pirates."
Oh, those fucking idiots.
Isn't a land pirate just a bandit?
They said they were
Yes.
land pirates.
But they think themselves better than just basic bandits.
Interesting.
Do they have a
Because there
ship
is a
with
hierarchy.
wheels?
They're famous around these parts. Right.
Sorry, what Astrid's asked?
Do they have a ship with wheels?
I didn't even see a carriage, let alone a ship with wheels. They really have no ship to stand on?
There's also an overturned carriage and lots of blood, and what seems to be a dead horse by where they are. I don't know if they're investigating or if they're the ones who did it, but I'm assuming the latter. With who
Was
they
it just
are.
was it just the same symbol, or looking to Josie, or what? Did you see some familiar faces?
Was it the same group of people, or was it just that I could recognize the?
Roll a history
get
check
up.
to see if you can recall any of their faces. This was a bit ago. I don't think you were focused on what the individuals looked like that much.
You said she recognized some of their faces. Just saying.
I did not say that. At least one of them looked familiar.
One might have been the same, but I couldn't tell. They all sort of blurred together.
You didn't have a great view of them, you just got close enough to see.
It's also very dark.
They seemed, when we ran into them, less inclined to fight. They more leaned on their numbers and advantageous position from ambushing people to get them just simply to hand over money. I was able to, last time, talk them into understanding that even if they could win, it'd be far more trouble than it was worth to get the money that we had.
So they didn't
That's also
outright,
when there was 4.
So they didn't outright attack you.
No, they asked for money.
And they outnumbered you then too, right?
Yes. There was only 4 of us. There was 6 or 9 of them.
By the looks of it, and from what you're saying, they might have not exactly killed the people there. But bandits are still bandits. So
Land pirates.
They also may have killed them. If they chose to fight the bandits would have fought back. I don't assume they outright attacked the bandits. It was probably a case of, you can't pass, and they decided, well, we can, and then got killed for it.
So what would you like to do?
We've already made our campfire at this point, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're visible, kind of in the distance.
Can I mold earth to sort of make like a makeshift 5-foot wall of ground to kind of block whatever light is traveling from our campfire?
You could peek
I
a
mean, I'm
bit
sure
around.
there's going to be a bit of a glow.
Yeah, it won't
from
stop it
above.
fully, but I mean,
Yeah, but
you
if it
could do
if
that.
it at least to the very minimal effect of like
Sure,
cutting line of sight.
you can certainly try.
You're making like a little oven.
Yeah, just like a little small.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you
ring.
could certainly, it might work.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
I don't think you would assume that it wouldn't fool a particularly perceptive individual.
Sure, but yeah, rudimentary.
Yeah.
Just to kind of cover our bases.
Sure.
I think it'll be dangerous to sleep this close to them. We should definitely take a rotational watch if we're going to sleep here.
I agree. I
Alright.
think 2 people should be on watch
Mm-hmm.
at any given point.
Did it look like weapons had killed the people that you saw the blood of?
Couldn't really see.
Just saw blood.
Well, I highly doubt anyone's going to shed tears if we were to take care of the bandits, but just as I said to them before, I'd rather not have to.
It's more of a if they attack us situation from there.
In the distance, a howl is heard through the night, wolf-like.
From the same direction or a different one?
It's just a howl. Omnidirectional, kinda. Hard to really tell.
The only real question is, do we want to risk them potentially attacking us? As some of us look like we have more money than others, and they may be more desperate now. Who knows?
Well, what are
Do we
our
attack
other
them
options?
first? Well, our options are to attack them first, or to simply hold our ground, take watch, and then come morning, head out and hope for the best. And should we come across them, perhaps I or Astrid or someone, I mean, they might remember me.
If we don't cause any trouble, then maybe they won't either.
Well, a part of the argument that got me us past them last time was I was able to very honestly say I had hardly any money on me and wasn't worth the trouble. I can't honestly say that anymore, so they might catch my lie if they ask.
Well, it looks like, I mean, if this is the case, presumably they're kind of skipped past the asking phase and just sort of gone to the killing and picking phase.
There's more risk to numbers if you just skip the asking phase. They don't seem like the courageous type.
Right, so I'm saying we'll keep our distance, we'll rest here. If they try to make a move, we're all fairly capable.
Have we set up tents near the campfire at this point?
Probably, at least a couple of them.
If that's what everyone's comfortable with, as I said, I'd rather not have an unnecessary conflict.
I say we wait, and if they try to start something...
Cutting you off, Carolina, a loud gunshot bang is heard through the night.
Is that omnidirectional?
It's from the direction that the torches are.
Well, now I would say that we should prepare to see if they are coming our way.
You look forward.
Yeah.
A single torch no longer is in the group.
So it's down a torch now, right?
Another bang goes off, a torch goes out.
Looks like our problem might be taking care of itself.
Or it's another problem entirely and could be what killed those people to begin with.
A bang goes
either-
off, a torch goes out.
I grip the maquahito and just kind of lay low behind the dirt wall.
I think maybe we should put out the fire for a little bit.
Another torch falls, but no bang is heard. Another
For all
torch
we
falls,
know.
but no bang is heard.
For all we know, whatever's possibly taking out these bandits could be coming for us next.
The
Thinking that we're part of them.
The last torch falls, and there is only blackness before you. And as it does, there is a audible screech of pain that is heard that echoes through the night.
Humanoid or animal?
Humanoid sounding.
Silas is gonna get up and go into his tent briefly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start kicking dirt on the fire.
You gonna put it out?
If nobody's stopping me.
Yeah, you
No.
put out the fire.
I want to hide, like, kind of near the camp, but not, like, by everybody. Maybe, like, behind a tree or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start to cast alarm around the camp.
Sure.
What does that do?
If someone steps through
What's
the warded area,
What's the
the alarm
area?
will go off. It's a 20-foot cube.
Okay.
That amount of distance compared to the side of a campsite means nothing to me. So I definitely want it to start in this, like, towards the direction that Carolina and I went to sneak up on them, with the theory that if they were trying to sneak up on us, they would follow a similar path. But if it can fit the whole campsite, that's great.
I don't think it can fit the whole campsite, but it can fit a good portion of it. But if you're setting it up so that you're trying to catch them coming toward you, you wouldn't really be able to get that much camp. That would be on the road anyway, because that's what you took.
I'm doing that SpongeBob Nope meme. You just take out a chunk of the earth, lay down in it, and just cover most of myself up in it.
Well, grab your blankets, folks, because I think we're in for a long night. Still think we should have some people stay up for watch.
Silas is safe from outside of his tent. We should keep watches, probably 2 at a time. I can be one of the first if you prefer, or not. I don't mind either way.
I'll be one of the first 2 as well.
You hear a muffle from under the ground. I'll take the last watch.
So I guess I will take first watch with Carolina.
Sure. Getting perception checks from both of you. Oof.
Probably shouldn't have probably should spread out the better perception people. Yep. Probably should have spread out the better perception people.
As the rest of you are going to sleep. As you
Sleep
head-
tight.
As you
I'm not sleeping, I'm meditating again. But
Yeah. As you head to sleep, just enough time passes so that most people are asleep by now, or just barely awake. As the silence of the wood around you is encompassing, almost deafening. As Carolina and Silas, you hear nothing. But Carolina, as you're sitting, keeping watch, some just slightly dozing off as you do, you hear what sounds like the flick of a coin and then it cutting through air, as if the exaggerated sound of a coin being flipped from right behind you, getting your attention and immediately snapping you out of your daze.
I would instantly, look over.
You'd instantly turn around. As you instantly turn around, you do not see the source of the sound of the coin, despite it echoing through your mind still. But you do see what look like two yellow orb-like eyes staring at you from the darkness, and you hear a low growl. As this is directly behind the camp, not in the radius of the alarm as at this moment. We are gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Or
Don't roll anything yet. I'm making you guys a camp.
As I look directly at it, I will try and snap my fingers to get Silas's attention.
I mean, you can snap your fingers, sure, but just setting this up really quickly. Sorry. It's makeshift. It's not an exact representation of what your camp would be or anything like that. But it's there. Okay. And then where is the things I need to drag over? Give me 1 second. I'm just setting it up. Apologies. Okay. This is the direction that you guys, on GM Lair. Sorry. Down here is the direction you guys came. Not the direction you guys came. Down here is the direction that Josie and Beryl went.
Still can't see if you're pointing.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay. Here we go now.
There we go.
Down here is the direction that Josie and Carolina went, so that's the direction of the alarm. Back here is where the eyes are gazing at you. Okay, for some reason I have and boop. Don't roll anything yet. Sorry. I'm going to need initiatives from everyone, even these sleeping people who are still sleeping, technically. Go. I'm just rolling initiatives myself very quickly. Okay. Do. One second. Apologies. Changing the music, and then we're going to start the initiative off with Carolina. As Carolina, you hear a growl towards the orb-like yellow eyes behind you. And a snarl. What do you do?
How close is it to me? Like over here, or like...
In the bushes, it's probably obscured in the bush about 15 feet away. You can just see the eyes gazing out at you.
Was I able to get Silas's attention?
Yeah, I mean, it's you're just snapping, but it is, you know, quiet out, so I suppose it would be enough to get his attention. But I don't know, Silas, you hear Carolina snapping.
Would have looked over at him. At
Okay.
her.
Yeah, so you see Carolina, Silas looks over at you. You can talk as a free action and like yelp if you wanted to as well.
I got something over here. Wake the others. And I guess so. If it's like 15 feet away, will I assume that everyone else is like tents, right?
Yeah.
Except Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will.
Yeah, I'm just in the ground.
I guess I'll I guess instead of like telling Silas to do it, I'll like shout like not extremely loud, but like loud enough for everyone to hear me and like the camp that we have company, and I guess I'll take one step back and like ready myself.
Sure. Are you readying an action or?
What exactly can I ready? Can I like
An
ready
attack?
A yeah, I guess then I'll ready like an attack.
What's the trigger?
If something gets like, if it gets
in range.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. As you ready an attack, as you yell loud enough to at least stir everyone awake, as all of you would hear that as you begin to wake up. And before it goes to Josie, actually, you're even woken up a bit more, Josie, as your mental alarm goes off. And as it does, you hear what sounds like the snarling of a dog, of a canine-like creature. As Silas and everyone outside of the tents, you see a wolf jump out from one of the brushes. A black-furred wolf. And it rushes to the first person you can see, not in a tent, which I guess would technically be Beryl, because she's just on the ground, correct?
Yeah, she's got like a very thin layer of dirt just kind of.
So it just rushes toward you, Beryl, snarling out very loudly as it goes to bite you.
Okay.
As a 14 is not going to hit, though, as it goes to bite, and even with you, just waking up, you're able to dodge out of the way of it, and as you look at it, you can see its eyes are a deep yellow color and bloodshot as well. Silas. You see,
okay, then.
Looking in that direction, you see the bushes rustling as well, and more orb-like yellow eyes in the distance.
Mm-hmm. That changes what I'm doing. I'm going to point out the spirit sheath. I'm going to bonus action make a spiritual weapon right here and attack that wolf with it.
Sure. "24 assuredly hits. It's just a wolf." Oh boy, as you smack into it, as it looks near dead after just one cleave. And as you do, you expect a wolf to, when it's grievously wounded, falter a bit, look like it's about to, run. But this one still looks bloodthirsty and angry, as even on its last legs.
Crazed fucking wolves. Silas is going to hold his ground, and he's gonna ready an attack action for. Actually, no. He's going to. I want to move from here. I will. Can't change out my weapon. Yeah, I'm just gonna ready an attack action for a creature that comes within 5 feet of me.
Sure. Okay. As you ready your action. Before it goes any further, the bushes rumble once again, and a massive black-furred wolf jumps out. Let's see if I have anything more about the description. Bloodied fangs in its maw, bloodshot yellow eyes as it darts out, as it lets out a howl and instantly charges charges forward and just bites through the tarp of the tent. As Isaac, you just see this massive wolf head just shoot through the side of your tent, drooling with its ravenous maw as it goes to bite you. That's a 21. Jesus, that's a good roll for that.
Yikes.
I can imagine that hits.
I want to use my lunar thing.
Yeah, I'll allow it. You guys are intense, but that's fine.
Okay.
I don't know if you. I think you have to see to do it. Do you? Or does it not say that?
No, once per encounter, when an enemy hits an ally within 60 feet.
Okay, no,
you
that's
can
fine.
add a
That's fine.
reaction.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, no bad. My bad. That's my bad.
Okay, so you get a +4 to your AC.
So that would make your AC 18, correct, Isaac?
Yeah, that'd still hit.
Anything else you
Okay.
can do? Or do you just...
And then
No, sorry. Okay. You take damage.
and then they take 4 plus 4, so they take 8 radiant damage.
Okay. Alright. How much was it?
8 radiant.
Alright, as it takes the 8 radiant, as Isaac, it bites into you, but a burst of radiant moonlight burns it at the same time as it lets out a grumble. As you take 7 piercing, and it has a strong bite, and you feel like that if you were bitten normally by this, you might be knocked to the ground, but you're technically already prone, so you don't get knocked prone because you can't be not prone already because you were laying down sleeping.
Okay.
All right. And then after that, from the darkness again, a different looking creature emerges from it. What looks like a wolf that stands up on 2 legs, covered in its fur, bloodied, that has a sort of humanoid figure. Give me one moment.
Do I have any insight on what this creature is?
Well, yes, from reading the book, you instantly recognize the creature to be a werewolf, a lycanthrope, as it emerges from the bush, completely covered in blood in its fur, as it runs forward to the closest thing it can get, which is Barrel. As it is going to go for you, Barrel, as it is going to swing with its claw and then go to bite you as well.
Okay.
That's a... Does it have... Nope. That's a 9.
That'll miss.
And that is a 22.
That'll hit.
Alright, as it bites onto the side of you, you take 8 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. As you feel a strange, not venom, but a strange energy course through the wound as it bites you. You're good, and you are immune to this effect for 24 hours. As that is its turn. As from the darkness behind, another one appears. As it rushes forward, as it claws its way through the tent. I guess it wouldn't technically... No, it probably would go... Yeah, it would run straight for you, Carolina, proccing your held action. So you can take an attack at it. Yeah, you can take an attack. 22 is a definite hit. That is a normal rapier, correct?
Yeah.
As you carve into it, your... Wait 1 second. Oh, yeah. No. Nope, that's not good. Yeah, it seems to be less effective as you carve into it. As if it does very little damage to him. And then it is going to attack you. As it is going to take a claw strike at you first. 18.
That hits.
8 slashing. And then it will go to bite you. At the commotion as well, the horse is slightly panicked at the side of the camp, but it is away from this fight at the moment, at the very least. 19 for the bite. That hits, I guess. That hits James, right? 19? Okay. As you take 6 piercing damage, you need a Constitution saving throw. James? Con save? That's just enough to be good, as you are good and you are immune to the effect. As that is its turn. Before it goes to Josie, another large wolf juts out from the darkness as it rushes up towards Silas, provoking your held action. Uh, 14 hits. That just hits. That appears to do the full damage to it. It does not appear to have any sort of special resistances like the other boy. Okay. As that's a pretty good slash as you carve into it. It looks decently hurt as it goes to bite you. Pressing bite attack. 22. Jesus Christ, these rolls.
Not even a reason to cast shield.
Alright.
So yeah.
Oh my god! As he bites into
Yeah.
you, you take 13 piercing damage. And I need you to make
Wow.
a strength saving throw.
That's a great saving throw for me.
You're good, As you would all see the large wolf bite into the side of Silas and shake, trying to make him fall to the ground, but Silas is able to hold firm despite the very large bite that the wolf just took out of him. So that's the wolf. So it goes to Josie.
Okay.
What? Sure. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Someone was talking to me. Backing up to there.
Yes.
Okay, I will point out. I guess you wouldn't know that. Never mind.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you're correct.
And I'm gonna hunter's mark the one that's what I assume is in front of me, the one that just bit Silas.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot it in with the rifle.
Okay, the rifle?
Yeah.
Is the big wolf you're going for?
Yes.
Okay.
The large boy.
That is a crit, my friend. As a loud bang goes off as Josie blasts this wolf. Go ahead. Oh boy. That's a lot of damage.
It is.
As max damage on the
blast the wolf,
damage, huh?
and as you do, you instantly pierce it through the center of its skull. It falls to the ground dead.
Silas gives a thumbs up over his shoulder.
That you?
That's me.
Alright. Unfortunately, you hear a rustling behind you, and from directly behind you, out from the bush, another of these creatures appears as it goes to bite and claw you. That's a 16 on the... No, that's a 9 on the claw, sorry. And a 16 on the bite.
The bite will just hit.
Okay. 1 second. You take 10 piercing, and I need a Constitution saving throw. That's a success! You're just meeting it. James just got 1 over it, and you just met it. As it does not affect you, and you are immune to the effect for 24 hours. It'll be funny if anyone does fail that. This goes to Wiz.
Okay, he's going to move 5 feet to here.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's going to cast a second level bless on Beryl, Carolina, Josie, and Silas.
So Beryl, Carolina, and Josie.
And Silas.
And Silas, sorry.
It's a second level bless.
Okay.
And for his bonus action, he's going to cast Sanctuary on himself.
Sure.
That's his turn.
Okay.
Bless is a like 1d4 to attack, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And saving throws.
Okay.
As another wolf appears, as it goes to it goes to run up to Silas and bite him. That's a nat 20. As I will tell you
can't
that
do anything about it.
I'll tell you that the wolves seem to be more aggressive and more capable of hitting while in the presence of each other. As you take 11 piercing damage, and I need a strength saving throw, as this one just runs up and bites onto the side of your leg.
So far beyond bloodied. Strength save again?
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. You're just getting laid
Oof.
into by these guys, as Silas is pulled to the ground, knocked prone. As you are prone. That's the wolf, Isaac. There's a giant wolf's head looking in at you as it went to bite at you, snarling at you.
Yeah, that wolf's head is spooky.
It's got stinky breath, too.
Yeah, he's got dog breath. So I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it.
Oh, boy.
because I want that wolf to go away.
Okay. Target must make a wisdom saving throw. On failed, takes 3d6 and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far away as its speed allows you.
DC 16.
Okay. I can't see this going well for him. Yeah, he rolled a 3. Roll the damage.
Okay.
Holy shit, dude. As it looks very bad. And then it immediately whimpers and runs out as far as it can go with his reaction. Move as far as its speed allows it. Okay. So it is off map. I can make the map a bit bigger if you guys want to see where it went. But it moved.
Presumably it's pretty dark anyway.
Yeah,
so.
it's 50 feet away from Isaac, so most of you could probably see it. It's 50 feet away from this space. Okay? So for anyone to know, 50 feet down. So it's still, if you have dark vision that goes out 60 and you're over here, you could probably still see it. That's you, Isaac?
I believe so.
Okay. This will go to Astrid.
Astrid is going to cast Shatter localized here. So she'll get these two, but she won't get Silas, Beryl, or that boy.
Okay, so you'll get within 15, right?
It's within 10.
Oh, it's within 10, so okay, I see. Okay.
I wish it was 15. I could get the other one then.
What is it, Constitution?
Yes, 1 second. My screen is small, so I have many windows.
My screen is small and I must scream. The werewolf rolls a nat 20. I see it's one of those combats for me. I guess it's always one of those combats for me. The wolf fails, though, as you... What is the wolf's HP? Why is it not showing up? As the sound goes off, instantly the wolf just pops and falls to the ground dead as you hear its bones shattering.
Okay, the werewolf takes 6.
Yes. That you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Actually, I want to give Silas Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. As Silas gets Bardic Inspiration, another wolf appears out from the darkness and rushes forward, getting a flank on Carolina as it goes to bite her.
Do I get an attack of opportunity against it?
Yeah. It did get a nat 20 against her. I'm sorry, guys. That would hit. So you kill it as it gets its attack off.
Wham!
So Carolina, you take 16 piercing damage as it bites into you. You don't need to make a strength saving throw, as instantly Beryl does 16 slashing damage back to it, or bludgeoning, I don't know what you choose, and he just falls clean dead on the ground.
I think I like to think like I just kind of like.
So that was 16 to you, 16 to you, James.
Slashed right at its neck as it was pouncing.
That's a funny HP amount to be out, James. I can't hear you, by the way. I think I saw you talk, but I think you're muted.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I'm looking really bad.
Yes, Carolina looks bad. So that wolf's fucking dead as it goes to Beryl.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. Wow, my mouse is really fucking with me right now.
This Doom music is a bit too cool for this fight.
Alright, werewolves behind us, werewolves in front of us.
Clowns to
Werewolves
the
in
left
London.
of me. Jokers to the right.
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Werewolves.
I'm going to rage.
Alright, as you rage.
That's a bonus action.
Alright, you know what you have to do. That's not bad.
Okay. All right. I can work with that. That's fine. People aren't exploding around me, so that's good.
That's basically the free Misty stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
One that I intended to change but never got around to.
Yeah, it's good that you didn't drop Carolina and I.
Not a huge deal though.
Yeah, no. All right. So all right, up to 20 feet. I'm going to teleport to there.
Okay.
And I'm going to recklessly attack this werewolf.
Alright, as you make your reckless swing, Werewolf observes that was very reckless of you.
Tisk. That was very reckless.
Mm. Yeah, you would have. Yeah, you hit. You're so. Damn, Jesus Christ. Jesus. You rolled a 10 the first time, and you just rolled
I'm
a
doing some really
fucking
nice
9.
damage with this thing. Yeah.
What the hell? And
I know.
that's a magical weapon. It does full damage to him.
I was nervous because I was
As you
dropping,
cleave into him, you
I was
appear to
dropping
do
the damage dice.
you appear to do full damage to him as you hit into him. As it snarls out, he's looking below bloodied and pretty hurt.
That's me, as I will just growl in its face.
Carolina! Barely standing.
Alright. Would I would get flanking attacking him now, right?
Yes, you would.
Okay. So I'm going to, I guess I'll attack him first.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit.
Didn't add flanking, but...
Does not do as much damage as you'd like. It in fact does very little damage. But you cleave into him. It appears your weapon is not as effective against him, though.
Bonus action, I'm going to disengage, and I'm going to...
Okay, as you make it to there, you're there. An anvil falls upon you and Silas. Not Silas, Isaac. That's you? Alright. It'll go to this wolf who...
Actually, I will move here.
Okay.
Behind Isaac's tent.
Okay. As this wolf goes to bite Isaac.
Fair enough.
15.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, as he bites into you. As you take 7 piercing damage, and I don't think you stood up.
No, I did not.
So you're not going to be knocked prone. Because you're already prone. But this wolf looks bad. So bad that, again, you'd expect that it would run away if it was not as strange as it seemed. Let's go to Silas.
Alright. I'm going to stand up.
Alright. You stand.
I'm going to free action, Song of Assault, this werewolf.
Okay. It is Song of
I
Assault.
will move 15 feet to here.
Mm-hmm. I'll give it to you.
And I will begin the blade song.
Sure.
And have my spiritual weapon attack the wolf over there.
Okay.
So one just attack Silas. Or
Sure.
Silas. Isaac.
It's happening to me too for some reason. That's assuredly a hit as it cleaves through the wolf, carving a strong cut through the side of its neck and killing it. It was at 1 HP.
Yo, these damage rolls,
You didn't
though.
need to roll that damage.
Fuck, dude.
I was just curious.
Is that you?
Yeah, it has to be because yeah.
All right.
I'm out of actions.
What does that dire wolf have to do, if anything? Does it have to do anything more after running away? On
I think
a
it's
success,
just for that one turn.
it's just that one turn, so it's gonna run back. And because it used its full movement, it moved 50 away. And it can run 50 back as it would get back to here. As it's gonna go and bite you, Isaac.
Okay.
Don't be another nat 20. No, it's a 7 this time.
Oh, okay.
As
Sweet.
he misses completely. As it goes to the werewolf. As he runs over to here. Actually, no, he wouldn't do that. He would follow after the wounded Silas and charge at you, Silas. He doesn't know that you are a bit harder to hit now. As he's going to go to bite you and claw you.
Yep.
So that's a 22 and a 10.
I will shield.
Alright, as the claws just bat against your shield as it does nothing. That is it. As it goes to this werewolf, as it's going to bite and claw at Beryl, observing her reckless form before and going, that was reckless. It does get a nat 20 on the bite.
Ooh.
Which is a bit unfortunate.
But I am immune to the ability.
Yes,
right?
you are immune to the
okay.
Infection, perhaps, that's spreading through his bite.
Yeah.
As he bites into you, you take 13 piercing.
Reduced to 6.
Yes.
Okay.
It does not ignore your resistance. That's him. This direwolf's dead. Josie's alive.
I am. Alright. I'm gonna bonus action move the hunter's mark to this boy right next to me.
Sure.
And then I'm going to pull out Bad Romance and shoot him point blank.
Alright. By the way, I don't think you ever got Silas to identify that. But
nope.
But we can say you did if Ben believes that he would have done it for you.
I would have taken an hour from my book to do it.
Yeah. So
9 hours reading instead of 10.
yeah.
I'm all right with
So
that.
if you want, we can say that happened, Karina.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. All right. As you fire the Bad Romance, it would be at disadvantage, I believe.
No.
No?
I have the gunner feat.
You're correct. You do have the gunner feat. All right. Go ahead. Take the shot. All right. That's a hit. As the Bad Romance shoots out and makes a loud bang. And this does full damage. As you blast it. As it looks pretty hurt after you blast into it. Is that you?
That is.
Okay. So it goes to the werewolf, as it is going to, in retaliation, take a bite and a claw attack at you. Alright, that's a 12 and a 14.
At the first miss, I would have used my reaction to do Fox's Cunning and moved 10 feet back.
Alright. He would have followed after you and missed again, so...
I believe, though, after the first one, I could
You do make
hit
it.
him.
Yeah, you make an attack. So go ahead. Take your shot. Take the shot. That's absurdly a hit. What the fuck? I'm rolling really well on hits, but you guys are rolling an absurd damage die right now. But he would have followed after you, yeah.
Hey Zach, I want you to know you've used them all.
I know. That's all I got.
Okay.
He looks pretty bad after that. And
Everyone
that's him.
gets one.
As it goes to Wiz.
I'm gonna hold a healing word. Trigger the first person to go unconscious.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Give me 1 minute. Just want to check something really quickly. Okay. This wolf is dead. So it goes to Isaac.
If I shoot an Eldritch Blast at this boy in front of me, like, it'd be at a
It'd be a
disadvantage.
disadvantage, correct?
I'll do it anyway.
Sure.
Bad dog.
18
Nice.
definitely hits. It's just enough, too. As you
Nice.
just blast it through the side of its head, it falls to the ground dead.
Bad dog.
As it gets bad dogged. He's just a bad dog.
And he just got bad dogged.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Astrid.
Silas's favorite thing to do is to go exactly where I want to center my AoE attacks, but that's okay.
Hey! That wolf, second werewolf came up onto me. It's not my fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I'll do Ray of Frost because I have no idea that Wiz is holding a heal to pop whoever goes down first. Otherwise, I might do it.
Mhm.
So Ray of Frost at this gentleman.
Sure. He certainly is a gentleman. That's
Sir?
a hit.
Sir.
That's Sir Wolf.
Oh, very good damage.
And there we go.
Unfang
And
him.
there we go. And its speed is reduced, right?
I think so.
Okay.
I can double check.
Yeah, by like 10 feet, I think.
Okay. That's you?
Yep, by 10 feet.
Fair.
Yes.
I will continue to recklessly attack.
Okay. That's pretty reckless.
That's pretty reckless.
I guess you'll just recklessly attack.
I guess I'll do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good thing.
Not really. That's your flat roll.
Yeah, well. I like to think the dice are still there.
Sure. You're getting close to getting that mark.
Yeah.
Evidently, that doesn't matter, as, again, you take your Macquiotl high as you bash it across the head as the werewolf falls to the ground dead as it lets out a cry of incredible pain as it falls to the ground. And as it does, you see its eyes leak a bleeding... its eyes begin to bleed as it falls flat onto its face on the ground.
Okay. Who looks more hurt? I mean, I know the answer, but Silas or Josie?
Silas.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I will teleport to right here.
Okay.
And every time I teleport, it's just a plume, a cloud of dirt and dust. Just every time I poof.
So it goes to Carolina.
Alright, I will attempt to shoot this werewolf with an arrow.
Okay. It's not gonna hit as you shoot as it goes wide. That you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. This wolf is dead as it goes to Silas. By the way, guys, we're going to go. The combat will be over soon. We're going to go to the end and then give like a moment, finish your long rest, and then we'll end session if that's good with everyone.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Silas. Ben?
I'm going to bonus action, move my spiritual weapon 20 feet, and have it attack.
Okay. $18 will hit. And that's just straight force damage as you blast it. Looks pretty hurt. Not
And then
bloodied
I'll
yet.
swing my sword at it.
Okay. As you swing at the same time as the other swings, that's a hit. Yeah, that's a good hit.
And have sneak attack damage, some more slashing.
Okay. That you?
That is me.
Direwolf this werewolf is alive, as it is going to take its attacks at Silas. A bite and a claw. So that's an 18 and then a 23.
I will shield again.
Okay. As it bats against your shield. Josie.
All right. The same move. I'm gonna shoot the guy right next to me.
I'd like some more high energy
Same
songs.
gun.
Can you get that, please? There we go. This is Great Wolf Sif. That's kind of funny. All right, as you blast him. That hits.
That is very funny.
That's pretty good.
Not nearly as sad as that encounter. That you?
Yep.
See, I've just been listening to Werewolf Bar Mitzvah. So.
As it goes to the werewolf, it is going to bite and claw you.
Oh no,
Josie?
they're only 13 years old.
A nat 20 on the bite. 15 on the claw. So the bite hits as... I think you made the save already, correct?
I did.
Alright, so you're immune. You take 7 piercing damage. Abysmal crit.
On the miss, I would do my reaction again.
Okay. You're gonna dodge back 10 more feet and shoot him again?
Yep.
Alright.
Yep. I don't know which came first, so I don't know if he can follow me again this time.
Well, what did you do it after?
Well, one hit. I can only do it after the miss.
He can follow you again. It's just that because he has his movement at the end of his turn. He can
Fair
still
enough.
use that. And he would do that. That hits.
Ow.
He doesn't follow you as you just blast him through the head after dodging backwards. He collapses to the ground dead, letting out a shriek. His eyes begin to bleed.
Okay, then it's important. Did the miss come first or second?
The miss came second.
Okay, then I still took the damage.
Yes. The miss was second. It was hit then miss. Okay. This werewolf is dead as it goes to Wiz.
So his spell fizzles out. Okay, so who looks more hurt, Carolina or Silas?
Silas. No, Carolina or Silas. Carolina, sorry.
If
I was
there's
like,
none over there,
if
doesn't-
he's any worse, then
That's his turn.
Okay. All right. So it goes to Isaac.
I'll take aim at the remaining werewolf and shoot an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. That's a hit. All right. That you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Astrid.
Ray of Frost at that last boy. No.
10 does not hit as the ray misses and hits against the tree.
No.
That you?
Yeah.
Barrel.
Oh, we reckless.
Okay. We be reckless. That hits.
Smash.
Looks bad. Real bad.
Alright, that's me.
As it goes to Carolina.
I will move up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attack.
Okay. A 26 assuredly hits. You do have to roll. Yeah. As you take your rapier and you pierce it throwward, as you hit against its tough skin, but it doesn't fully go through as it does. So you exert force pushing forward, and you drive the rapier through its neck, putting an end to the creature as it falls to the ground, dead soon after. As the now dead silence hangs over for but a moment. The combat has ended. And before you all do anything, the forms of the werewolves begin to shift, and the sound of snappings of bones and other pained sounds happen as they shift back into humanoid forms. As you see what look like 3 different individuals. An elf, elven man, all bald. An elven man, a human woman, and a elven man. Laying on the ground, covered with the wounds that the werewolves suffered, dead, now reverted back to the original form. Most of the werewolves fell onto their front, so their belly's on the ground, their chest is on the ground. However, one of them is laying on the ground, chest up, and you see something odd on the chest of it. Just give me 1 second. Trying to find the symbol.
On one of the wolves or one of the humanoids?
It's one of the humanoids now.
Okay.
As on the chest of the individual, it's the elven man. You can see his chest. There is what looks like a pentagram star on its chest engraved, and the design in the middle of the pentagram looks to be designed in the face of a goat, as if a goat's face was in the pentagram. It looks burned onto its chest. None of you recognize the symbol.
Since I read the book and recognize werewolves, I'm assuming I understand how about their bite effect.
Roll history at advantage. Yes, you know that a werewolf, certain types of werewolves can spread their curse through bites.
Silas immediately looks around. Who got bit? By one of the humanoids that were a werewolf.
I did.
So did I.
You did as well, Silas, so. Just to remind you. And I think
Yeah,
Josie,
you remember.
Yeah.
I think Josie did as well.
Yeah, she'd raise her hand.
Did I read how long it normally takes for it to take hold of you?
With your roll,
I can't.
With your roll, you know that immediately someone is going to feel different after it affects them. They're going to feel a deep, hungering feeling in their stomach that continues to grow. And after 2 hours, other effects will begin to occur. But immediately they'll be feeling a hunger deep in their stomach.
Does anyone feel hunger right now?
No.
Not really.
Okay. If any one of us that got bit start feeling hungry, and I mean really hungry, not like I'd like a snack, in the next 2 hours, we need to bind them severely. Whether it's myself, my sister, or Beryl, or Carolina. Because that would be a sign that we could be turning into one of those things.
What do you make of the symbol, though?
I have no idea. He looks to Beryl at first, and then almost internally shakes his head, and then will just directly to. He's not trying to make it a secret, but he's just speaking just loud enough so that he can know that Carolina, who's next to him, can hear him. Do you feel up to coming with me to make sure something won't become a problem further while we sleep? I know we're both wounded.
Sure.
Shouldn't be dangerous. Just
How bad do both of
unsavory.
them look?
Very
I'm
bad.
closer to I'm closer to bloody, and I can see that much.
That's
I'm just going to like.
That's-
I'm going.
both of the things that you've said are true, but also false.
I'm going to take a step forward towards Silas. Just put a hand on one of his shoulders and just like, not forcefully, but like more than just a gentle rest. Just kind of put a little pressure on him to ease him into a sitting position. Does he resist?
Sal will step out of. Yeah, he would try to step to the side.
I mean, I'm not like jerking motion. I'm like resting a hand on your shoulder and just pressing.
Sal steps. Sal steps aside. I know I'm in bad shape. I know Carolina is too. It shouldn't be dangerous. But it's something that needs to be done so we don't have to worry about more of these things. And I don't.
What are you planning on doing?
Making sure none of the bandits, land pirates, whatever, turn into these things.
It sounds like whatever got them used those things that Josie has.
Or the bandits were using them, trying to kill these things as they attacked them. We heard a wolf howl first.
Could they still turn into a werewolf if they're dead?
Would I know that, Jake?
No.
I'm not sure. That's why I want to.
No, as in no, they can't turn into a werewolf if they're dead.
Oh, they can't?
Yes.
That's why, but I would like to go down there and make sure they're dead and not just unconscious.
Well, let somebody who can actually stand on both their legs safely check it out.
Silas will nod his head to that. Fine.
I'm gonna look to Astrid and Wiz. Neither of them look really hurt.
I have not been touched.
Wiz?
Pristine.
Yeah. I'm gonna look to both of them. I'll be like, one of you should stay here and make sure that these folk are doing all right. The other one, come with me.
Astrid will go with Beryl.
Okay.
And I'm going to start walking in the direction that we saw the torches.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna keep this quick. There's not gonna be much mysticism behind it because I want to get us to end soon.
Yeah.
As you approach, you pull up closer. It is dark, but you pull up closer with your dark vision. And I
don't have dark vision.
Okay, sorry. So do you light a torch or something?
I was gonna ask either if Astrid knew.
I have my firefly.
You do.
Okay, so you can activate the fly.
Yeah.
Okay, as the clockwork fey fly up ignites, illuminates the night as you come forward, and you approach the overturned carriage. There are no corpses to be seen. There is nothing on the ground. There is only blood and weapons.
Look like just on the borders of the woods. Is there anything in the tree line?
Roll a perception check. No. You see nothing.
I want to look for drag marks.
Roll survival. Or investigation. Your choice.
Better with investigation.
You see some drag marks, yeah. As if something was dragged across the floor, leading up to a bush on the side of the woods and then going deeper in. Are you approaching?
Yeah, I'll motion for Beryl to come very close with me.
As you approach and you follow the drag mark. You step forward and you hear a sort of sloshing sound as you move following the drag mark. As you step and you look down, there's a puddle beneath you, not of blood or of anything like that. It looks like water, and it's sort of muddied the ground. What's your passive perception?
16.
13.
There's as you're standing in the water as well, an odor assaults your nose. It smells like the ocean. The pool.
Do we both smell that, or just her?
Just her.
Okay.
Maybe the land pirates weren't so far off from the sea after all.
What do you mean?
It smells like salt water.
Astrid, roll me a sanity saving throw.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
oh no!
You don't want to be here anymore. You feel a chill go up your spine, and you just don't want to be here anymore. They're gone. The tracks you can't really track too well. You just want to get out of here. You want to sleep as soon as you can, get as far away from this place as you can.
Can I control that? Like, I don't bolt, right?
No, you don't bolt, but you just don't want to be here anymore. You feel incredibly frightened, incredibly uncomfortable.
I don't like this at all, Beryl. Can we please leave? And she's gonna be tugging on her arm to like back up and away.
All right. Let's head back. I mean, I don't see any more wolves, so we're probably all right. Just head back with her.
Okay. As you all arrive back at the camp.
Can I cast Calm Emotions on myself?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll still do that.
Sure, it calms you a bit. You still want to get out of here as soon as possible, but...
Right, but I meant that when we're back at the camp. She'll do that.
Sure. As you all arrive back at the camp.
She wants to be able to sleep.
Well, there weren't any bodies. Lots of blood. We did see some drag marks. But
That led to where?
deeper into the woods.
I sincerely hope you didn't go looking in the woods.
No. Just came back when we saw that.
So that means there's more. There was, what, 7 of them, you said, Josie, when you checked earlier?
Yep.
There's 7, and there's no bodies there, and we killed these 3, and something had to have began the cycle, so at least one of these 3 was already there. So that means there's at least 5 more of these things.
I just
Okay.
want to sleep.
Going to need more watches.
I can keep watch, it's fine.
Carolina would like go over to her tent and would say, just wake me up if anything happens, okay? Like, she just looks defeated after.
Silas looking over to Josie, just, you want to take watch with Beryl.
That was my plan.
Isaac, you don't have a tent that can actually protect you while you sleep.
I
Mine.
suppose not.
I'll meditate by my sister.
If you're sure.
He doesn't say anything else. He just goes and.
I think you could probably use the rest though.
I'm getting my rest, I promise.
So be it.
Okay. You gonna go sleep in
So I'm gonna-
in Silas's tent?
Yeah.
Alright. I'd love to
Am-
continue the mysticism and, like, build more dread or, like, build on the atmosphere, but it is late. I don't want to make you guys go
Yeah.
any longer. I won't. I was going to give someone a dream. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cut it early. I'm just going to cut it here. You all are going to get a long rest. We're going to pick up next week at the beginning of your travel the next day. That sound good to everyone?
Can
Yeah.
we start with dreams at the beginning of next session?
You were not going to be. You're not going to be getting one.
I just like hearing everybody's dreams.
Yes,
There's
I mean,
nothing-
I can describe a dream if at the start of next session for who is going to have one if that's so your desire. I can do that. That's fine.
That's up to you. I
No, I can
think
do- I
the
can do
dream
that.
part of
I
it is
do
really
like hearing
interesting.
them.
I can do
Yeah,
that.
I think it's one of my favorite
Well,
parts. of the
Astrid
campaign
failed.
so far.
Had a natural had a natural 1 on the sanity
Sanity.
saving throw.
Yeah.
So
That
that's
can't be
why.
good.
I'm fine. I'm fine, guys.
But
Totally
that's going to be
fine.
the session. I hope everyone had fun. We will pick up next week with the continuation of this journey. As I'm going to go say goodbye to the stream. All of you can say your goodbyes if you wish as well at this time.
Bye, stream.
Goodbye, stream. As I will be back in but a moment. Just me. Hello. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching, you can give us a follow and come back and watch where we're continuing next week as we venture further into this party's humble but slowly turning more strange journey. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Good night.